Good morning. I'm Judge Tammy Long Hayward. This is the State Court of Clayton County. This is the jail and arraignment calendar for May 13, 2025. I'm going to call the calendars, but first things first. Ladies and gentlemen, it is hard to assist you and make sure that I know where everybody is if you don't have your first and last name on the calendar on the screen. So I see a John, I see an iPhone. There's a million iPhones in the world, probably more than that. So I don't know who you are. There's a million Johns. I don't know who you are. I got 5 in my family. So if you would just be so kind as to rename yourself. If you touch the screen next to where you appear, whether it's iPhone or John, upper right-hand corner of the screen next to your designation, you should be able to activate the screen and you'll see a blue box with 3 white dots. Click on that. When you click on that, you'll see a pull-down menu. You'll see rename. To rename ourselves. And so when you click on rename, you'll type your first and last name in the box. Once you do that, hit enter, and your name will appear corrected on the screen. All right, Katrina Bingham, thank you so much. Very good. And the person with the iPhone, please do that. Because think about it this way, if you have trouble unmuting to let me know that you are here, I can look on the screen and see that you're here and give you a little bit of grace. If I don't know that you're here and you can't unmute, that's a bench warrant. We don't want that.
Okay, well, can you hear me? I'm iPhone, Eric Wedlow, trying to figure this out.
What's your name, sir?
Eric Wedlow.
Eric Wedlow, E-R-I-C?
Yes. Yes.
Okay. How is this?
I can't see anything. I just I just hear this is I'm trying to work this thing out.
Okay, look, okay, what do you have? You have an iPhone. Look at your screen. What do you see?
Yes. I see cancel, I see everyone, I see Judge Tammy Long Howard, Courtroom 4,
Okay, do you see yourself? Do you see Eric Wedlow?
No, I see my brother's name, but I don't see my name. Taylor, see Taj's name, Cedric. No, I don't see mine on here.
Did you?
See everybody's name but mine. Catherine P. Cedric. I see my brother Cedric.
All right, so
I see legal assistant investigator.
You're here, so hold on. Let's not worry about it right now because you are here. I can hear you. I can't see you, but I'll need to see you right now. Okay.
Oh, okay.
All right. So there you are. And now I see you. So I hear you and see you. You are fine.
You see me?
Yes. You have a ceiling fan in the back.
Yeah, I don't see you, but okay.
Okay, we're gonna work it out.
I don't see you though, but okay.
I'm gonna just say.
Okay, thank you.
I'm just saying, y'all iPhone people. Anyway, let's get back to what we need to.
I know some days.
All right, so I'm going to mute you, sir, so I can go ahead and give instructions. Ladies and gentlemen, I'm going to go in to the arraignment calendar first. Let's see if we can handle those cases first. I'll read that those cases, and then we'll go to the jail cases. Okay. So the first case on the arraignment calendar is Renardo Contrell Gilmore. Renardo Contrell Gilmore.
Yes.
All right, Mr. Gilmore is present by video. Mr. Gilmore, you are charged with simple assault and criminal trespass. Where are you, sir?
I'm in here.
All right, hold on. All right, so Mr. Gilmore, Did you have an attorney that you've hired? Do you need an attorney? Talk to me about the status of you and attorneys.
No, ma'am, I don't have no attorney. I need one, 'cause it's like been years ago. I just been caught off guard with another court arrangement.
All right, so I'm going to appoint the law firm of Lister, Holt, and Dennis to assist you, okay?
Okay.
All right, they're going to speak with you, but the first thing I need you to do is they're going to need your full name, your phone number, and your email address, okay? So what I'm going to do is I'm going to walk you through the chat function. Okay, so I send a test to everyone. Everyone pay attention because this is going to be important. Now, everyone should see on their screen a red box with a white number in it.
No.
You see it, Mr. Gilmore?
It's a test.
Right. So
Okay.
when you see what name is in blue?
It's a everyone. Hold on.
Okay, good. Click on that. Do you see
Okay.
a list of names that came down?
Yes.
Okay, go down to courtroom 304.
Court,
Click on that and a box should open up.
yes, I got it.
Okay, type your first and last name, your email address, and your current phone number in that box. Once you've done that, go ahead and mute your device, and we're going to continue to move forward. The attorneys from Lister, Holt, and Dennis are going to assist you, okay?
They're gonna sit me. Okay, man. What about I have a bench worn out on me.
We're going to take care of that too. You're here, so nobody's going to arrest you right this minute. We're going to take care of that. But let's let your attorneys talk to you, okay?
Okay.
All right. So Mr. Gilmore has a bench warrant. We'll go ahead and do a bench warrant set aside
Yes,
and get all his information and stuff to the attorneys in the courtroom. All right, next is Tanisha Nashay.
Another quick. Okay.
So Mr. Gilmore, they're going to contact you either by text message or by phone, or they may ask me to set up a breakout room. So just mute your device. We're going to get to you, okay? And we're going to do the bench warrant set aside, all right?
Okay, so it won't show up because I have a new job. They running my background.
Okay, we're going to do it today. All right, we'll get that done today.
Okay, I wasn't trying to let it show up on my background.
I got you. I don't like for people to not have jobs, so we're going to get that taken care of as quickly as we can.
Yes, please. Okay.
All right?
All right.
All right. So the next case on the calendar is Kenesha Nashay Mahone. Kenesha Mahone. Last call for Kenesha Mahone. I'll take it Ms. Mahone is not in the courtroom. I do not see Ms. Mahone on the screen.
Your Honor, the state is moving to no process case and go.
Okay. All right, thank you. Mahone will be no prost. Next is Tony Lamar Parks. I have a Curtis Jenkins as the attorney. Tony Lamar Parks. This is a ticket.
Your Honor, looks like the case is on PIA.
Okay. All right, next is Dana Catherine Papilla. Dana Catherine Papilla.
Your Honor, the state is requesting a bench warrant bond forfeiture.
Last call for Dana Catherine Papilla. All right, now present bench warrant bond forfeiture. Next is Jonathan Mustafa Rivers. Jonathan Mustafa Rivers.
Your Honor, the state is moving to no process case.
All right, that case will be no pros. Thank you. Donald Roberson. Donald C. Roberson.
Your Honor, before the state make a request, I would just ask to provide, the state is not requesting a bench warrant bond forfeiture at this time. I'm just asking for a hold for the state's announcement.
Okay, no problem. So, Roberson. Jeffrey Scrine. Dwayne Jeffrey Scrine Jr. Dwayne Jeffrey Scrine Jr.
Your Honor, the state is moving to dismiss this case.
Okay. All right, thank you.
You're welcome.
That concludes the calendar call for arraignment. So Gilmore is going, the Lister Holt Dennis attorneys are going to speak with you. Mahone is no pros. Parks is a PIA. Papilla is bench warrant bond forfeiture. Rivers is no pros. We're holding for Roberson, and Scrine is no pros. All right. So we'll go to the jail calendar. The first name on the jail calendar is Collier, Preston Kamei Collier. Collier.
Judge, Mr. Collier's in custody. You recently signed an order. I see that this was scheduled per the family's request. If anyone is here on that, and they'd be willing to talk to me, I would love to speak.
I'm his sister. Hello.
All right.
Judge, would it be appropriate for me to request a breakout room with Ms. Bigham during the calendar?
Okay. What's Miss Bingham's status? Is she a family member or witness? What's going on?
I'm his sister. I'm a family member.
Okay.
In case, Judge.
All right. So yeah, I'll break up with Miss Bingham. I'm sorry.
Thank you.
No problem. In a moment, I'll arrange the breakout room. Let me just get through the call of the calendar. Isaiah Emmanuel Cowens, that's going to be a petition. Isaiah Emmanuel Cowens.
Judge, I believe we've spoken to Mr. Cowens, and we are ready to proceed.
All right. And Mr. Cowens has 2 cases, so I guess those will be same petition. Douglas Cornelius Full. Douglas Cornelius Full.
Judge, I believe that we're submitting an appointment order on that case, and I will need to speak to him further.
Okay, no problem. All right, conference. Raymond Daquan Gomillion. Raymond Daquan Gomillion.
Judge, that is going to be a negotiated plea. I believe I'm just speaking to Mr. Tipton to make sure I understand the exact rec, but I believe it'll be a plea, and there may need to be a restitution hearing scheduled. That's my understanding.
All right. Antoine Darius James. Antoine Darius James.
Your Honor, that's going to be Attorney Martin Stokes. I've not heard from Attorney Martin Stokes in this case.
Yeah,
Judge, it says on here that's continued.
to 5/20 because Attorney Stokes has
Okay.
conflict. Leave
All
about
right. Thank you. So that'll be continued to 5/20. Mr. James can go back down. Sierra Jamia Mack. Sierra Jamia Mack.
And Judge, I believe that's a Lister Holton Dennis case. We are still, we have yet to speak to the female inmates today, so if we could just hold for that announcement.
Okay. Next is Myers, Corey Takevius Myers.
Thank you, Your Honor. Good morning. I need to speak with Mr. Myers to see if his Superior Court case that he was pulled up for during our last jail arraignment, if that matter's gone forward and if that has any bearing on how he wishes to proceed with the 2 cases before us.
All right, thank you.
Thank you.
Chrisma Lisa Robert. Chrisma Lisa Roberts.
Judge, if we could just hold for that announcement, I will speak to her. I believe we've previously spoken, but we're just holding to speak to the female.
Carlos Edwin Sanchez Medina. We have
that's going to be a negotiated plea today. He does speak English.
Okay.
I'm speaking to Ms. Ponder, but it'll be a negotiated plea. Oh, there may be another pending case. That was one thing I wanted to make sure about before we resolved it.
Okay, if we can find the other case, that would be good.
Yes, Your Honor.
All right, next is Kelvin Jermaine Scott. Kelvin Jermaine Scott.
Judge, that'll likely be a negotiated plea. We just need to have a further conversation.
Okay. All right, next is Shepherd, Larissa Latrice Shepherd.
We just asked for a conference, Judge. I need to conference with the women again today.
And Your Honor, if I can just provide some information briefly on Carlos Sanchez Medina.
Yes.
So I did look into the other case that I believe counsel was speaking on. It's an incident from April the 22nd, 2025. That case was transferred to Superior Court on May the 8th, 2025, and they've received it May the 12th, 2025.
So Sanchez Medina has one pending case here and then one that we know of pending in Superior.
Yes, Sharon, it came into our office and it appeared that we transferred it on May the 8th.
Okay,
And they've received it on May the 12th on yesterday.
no problem. All right, so Mr. Lynch, the other case has been transferred.
Thank you, Ms. Ponder.
Welcome.
All right. Next is I think Shepherd was Larissa Latrice Shepherd.
And Judge, I'll just need a conference with Ms. Shepherd, myself or Mr. Taylor.
And then Christopher Chad Smith.
Judge, that's going to be a negotiated plea. We're ready for that whenever the
Okay. The next is Dylan Anthony Smith.
same announcement, Judge. We do have a negotiated plea on that.
Okay. Willard Kirkland Walker. This is a motion to revoke bond, and it appears that the attorney is Nathaniel Middleton.
Yes, Your Honor. So Attorney Middleton is in the courtroom with his client, Mr. Walker. I did speak with Attorney Middleton briefly this morning. Your Honor, the state will be requesting a continuance for the motion to revoke bond. The defendant is currently, he has filled out an application, for the DUI court program. And so the state would like to know that he's in fact doing what he needs to do, getting them information and things of that nature. So I did speak with Attorney Middleton and informed him that the state would not be going forward because he has started the process. We're just waiting for him to follow up and for everyone to basically essentially be on the same page. So I have been in contact with our DUI coordinator, who in fact has been in contact, and I believe it's with DeKalb, if I'm not mistaken.
Okay.
Good morning, Your Honor.
Good morning.
Mr. Woolard. Mr. Woolard is president in the courtroom, and we have spoken with the DUI program, and Cobb County has been transferred to Cobb. And I believe they've accepted him, and we just have to do a couple of things with regards to the process that Cobb does.
Okay, that's fine. We'll give you, we'll put you on the, Ms. Val, what's the next calendar that's good for a status check?
June 30th, at 10 a.m.
May 30 at 10 a.m.?
No, June 30th.
June 30 at 10 a.m. Okay, so you all should have everything pinned up by then, Mr. Middleton. What you think?
Yes, Your Honor.
All right, thank you, sir. And you can appear by video for that calendar.
Okay, can I be excused?
Yes, sir. Thank you.
Thank you, Your Honor.
All right, so let's go over the calendar. Gilmore is a conference. Collier is going to be a conference with one of the family members. Cowens is a stipulation and agree. Full is conference. Gamillion is a plea. James is continued. Mac conference. Myers conference ×2. Roberts conference. Sanchez Medina conference. Scott conference. Shepherd conference. Plea Smith C. Plea Smith D. And Walker is continued. All right.
Yeah,
so
we also have Todd Wedlow on the calendar.
Oh, yeah. I'm
They
sorry.
filed a motion to revoke bond. He has 3
Next
cases.
page. Yeah.
Good morning.
So,
Good morning, y'all.
Good morning.
Renee Williams as well, Your Honor.
Okay. All right. I'm confused. So, Mr. Wedlow, there's a motion to revoke bond. Why isn't he in court?
And Your Honor, I spoke with counsel this morning, and I informed him that I would ask for him to appear in person because it was a motion to revoke bond.
And it should have said that on the notice.
Judge, my understanding is Mr. Wedlow, I did speak to him about that typically we do motions to revoke bond.
Not typically,
But he informed
all
me.
the time.
Excuse me, ma'am, you didn't request that, and remember what last time we had spoken? I didn't know, I had no idea. I'm not to disrespect the court.
And so.
So, Mr. Lynch, Mr. Wedlow, I always say if it's a motion to revoke bond, you're coming in person. Also, the notice says that if it's a motion to revoke bond, it's in person in the courtroom. Also, Mr. Lynch, I'm gonna need you to say it with your chest. We don't just typically do it in court for a motion to revoke bond. We do it all the time. Motion to revoke bond, they're gonna appear in person in the courtroom. Now, the last time we had one and you said, well, if they're appearing in person, I want all the witnesses in person. And I said, bet, we can do that, no problem, all day. But or if I'm gonna do a motion to revoke bond, I wanna be able to lay my eyes on the people. I wanna know that if I grant them.
That's what you say?
Mr. Wedlow, you need to mute your microphone while the judge is talking.
You can.
That's probably what the problem is. He talking while somebody else is talking. He not listening to the part that said, you're supposed to be in the courtroom when I do a motion to revoke bond. Because people talk too much. They talking while I'm talking or somebody else is talking, trying to give them instructions. They're not listening because they talk about what they want to think about.
Excuse me, ma'am, I'm so sorry.
No.
Mr. Wedlow.
Not now it's not the time. You don't want this talk. Now it's not the time. Because if you wanted to say something to me, you would have followed the instructions that I gave you, which was to be in court. All right, now what were you saying, Ms. Ponder, about this motion to revoke bond?
Your Honor, the state is still requesting that Mr. Wedlow appears in person. We have several cases on the calendar, but the state is making that request.
Now, Mr. Lynch, may I hear from you?
Judge, we would consent to have this, or we would to have this continue to a further date and have.
I bet you would, other than me sending out a bench warrant and having County Uber pick up Mr. Wedlow. I'm sure you would consent to that.
Judge, so I understand the court
has two cases that have violent content. He has battery cases in 2024, and he has another case of battery in that's a 2024 case. And so he's already got two cases pending. If his bond conditions say what I think they say, then it is more likely than not he has violated his bond conditions, just on the fact that he picked up another case after the first case. So, Mr. Wedlow, is he in the state of Georgia?
Yes, Judge.
Where is he?
I believe he's a resident of Clayton County, Judge.
Well, he needs to get his resident self into court within the next 20 minutes before I have to send County Uber to go get him. And I am telling you, it will not be a 5-star ride.
Yes, ma'am.
Thank you. All right, next case is Renee Lynette Williams. Lynette Williams?
I believe she is.
She's active. I'm just waiting to see if they have an announcement. I think they need to talk to all of the females, so they haven't spoken to her yet. I'll go ahead and give you a conference on that. All right, let's do this. Let's go ahead and get those pleas done right away, and then you can go back to speaking with people. So Gomillion, and Smith and Smith.
Can we start with Smith and Smith? And I'm just, if Mr. Tipton could just, I think we're on the same page, but if you could just clarify exactly the terms of that sentence. My understanding, I sent you a message with my understanding of how that would be reflected. I just want to get your confirmation.
Excuse me, ma'am.
Hey, Mr. Wedlow, as your attorney, I would advise not just directly getting at the judge. And if you have a question that is relevant to you coming up here, please text it to me and I will
Can you please send me your number again, sir? Excuse me, I don't mean to disrupt the court or anything of that nature.
Yes, sir. You got the same phone that we spoke on?
Yes, sir.
All right, look, I'm gonna send you my number in the chat on this. Look in the chat, okay?
Yes, sir.
Go ahead and mute your mic.
Let me know when y'all are ready, Mr. Lynch.
If, could you get Mr. Smith, either one of them? Thank you. Right here, sir.
All right, sir. Is this Mr. Christopher Smith or Mr. Dylan Smith?
Christopher.
All right, raise your right hand for me, sir. Do you solemnly swear or affirm any testimony you give in this matter will be true?
Yes, ma'am.
All right, you can put your hand down. You're before the court on State of Georgia versus Christopher Chad Smith, 2025 CR 04619 for drug objects. Mr. Smith, you're represented by the law firm of Lister Holton Dennis. Mr. Lynch, what is your client plead to the offense before the court?
He would ask the court to accept a no contest plea.
All right. By entering a plea of nolo, you give up the right to have a trial by jury or judge. You give up the right to have the state prove your guilt beyond a reasonable doubt. You give up the right to have the presumption of innocence in your favor. You give up the right to confront witnesses, subpoena witnesses, present testimony and evidence on your behalf, to not incriminate yourself or present any testimony or evidence against yourself. And if you're not a United States citizen, a plea of guilty or no contest could negatively impact your immigration status. Do you understand all of these things, sir?
Yes, ma'am.
All right, factual basis and recommendation, please.
Yes, Your Honor. Your Honor, on April the 18th, 2025, officers were patrolling in the area of 6331 Jonesboro Road, which is a Chevron located here in Clayton County, Georgia. Officers made contact with the individual. Officers later, during the course of their investigation, revealed a search incident to arrest, revealed a glass smoking device with an invisible black burn mark. Those are the facts of the case, Your Honor. The state's recommendations: 12 months to serve, 20 days credit for time served, balance suspended.
Mr. Lynch?
Judge, I would ask the court to accept the plea as negotiated.
All right. Sir, I'm going to accept your plea of nolo, sentence you to 12 months to serve 20 days, credit for time served. Balance will be suspended as long as you have no new violations of the laws of the state of Georgia. Mr. Smith, what you struggling with, sir? What we got going on?
Ma'am,
What you struggling with? What we got going on?
I actually just had came back up here from Florida.
Do you have family members or people who can help you here?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay, all right. Don't get arrested again.
Okay. Yes, ma'am.
You came up here to work and get your life together, right?
I did.
Let's work and get our lives together, okay?
Ma'am, I understand.
All right, and don't go back to that Chevron.
Okay.
All right. But take care, sir. You can go back with the sheriff's office.
Yes, ma'am.
All right, next, Dylan Smith. All right, Mr. Smith, raise your right hand for me. You solemnly swear or affirm any testimony you give in this matter will be true.
Yes, ma'am.
All right, you can put your hand down. So, Mr. Dylan Smith, you're before the court on State of Georgia versus Dylan Anthony Smith, 2025 CR 04669 for obstruction of an officer. Mr. Lynch is your attorney. Mr. Lynch, what does your client plead to the offense before the court?
Judge, she would ask the court to accept the nolo plea.
All right, Mr. Smith, by entering a plea of nolo, you give up the right to have a trial by jury or judge. You give up the right to have the state prove your guilt beyond a reasonable doubt. You give up the right to have the presumption of innocence in your favor. You give up the right to confront witnesses, subpoena witnesses, present testimony and evidence on your behalf, to not incriminate yourself or present any testimony or evidence against yourself. And sir, if you're not a United States citizen, a plea of guilty or no contest could negatively impact your immigration status. Do you understand all of these things, sir?
Yes, ma'am.
All right, factual basis recommendation, please.
Yes, Your Honor. On March 31st, 2025, officers responded. Officers were conducting a murder investigation at 199 Lee Street. When officers received consent from the owner of the home, officers began to investigate this murder. Officer asked the defendant for their name and date of birth. The defendant provided officers Dylan Washington, DILLON When officers learned through dispatch that his true and correct legal name is Dylan DILLAN Smith. Those are the facts of the case, Your Honor. The state's recommendation is a $300 fine suspended.
All right. Mr. Lynch, anything?
No, Judge, I would ask the court to accept the plea as negotiated.
Mr. Smith, you spent time in jail for a dumb charge. You understand? They're going to know who you are. We have fingerprint machines. If you can open your phone with your face or your thumbprint or your fingerprint, you don't think they're going to figure out who you are? Why would you give somebody false information and then increase the likelihood that you're going to go to jail, not for what they originally were stopping you for, but for giving false information or obstructing an officer? Don't do that again. How old are you, sir?
32.
Well, you planning to get your life together so we don't have these issues?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay, because whatever you thought you were running from that you were trying to avoid by giving the wrong information, go ahead, walk into whatever courtroom you need to and clear that up so that you're not looking over your shoulder and trying to give the false information, okay? Get it together. All right, you can go back to the sheriff's office. $300 fine suspended. All right, anything else at this point? Mr. Gamillion ready, or we have Collins for the petition?
I think so. I believe. Yes, I believe we're ready on Gamillion, Judge.
And Your Honor, may I have a breakout room with Mr. Eric Wetlow and Cedric Wetlow, please?
Okay. And Miss.
So add Miss Williams, Janine Williams from Victim Services.
Okay.
Thank you, Your Honor.
All right, you all should get invitations at this time. The breakout.
Okay. Thank you, Your
right.
Honor.
And this is whom?
This is Mr. Gamillion.
Okay, Mr. Gamillion, raise your right hand for me. Do you solemnly swear or affirm any testimony you give in this matter will be true?
Yes.
All right, so you can put your hand down, Mr. Gamillion. You're before the court on State of Georgia versus Raymond Daquan Gamillion, 2025 CR 04435 for criminal trespass. You're represented by the law firm of Lister, Holton, Dennis. Mr. Lynch, what is your client plead to the offense before the court?
Judge, she would ask the court to take a no-low plea.
By entering a plea of no-low, Mr. Gamillion, you give up the right to have a trial by jury or judge. You give up the right to have the state prove your guilt beyond a reasonable doubt. You give up the right to have the presumption of innocence in your favor. You give up the right to confront witnesses, subpoena witnesses, present testimony and evidence on your behalf, to not incriminate yourself or present any testimony or evidence against yourself. And if you're not a United States citizen, a plea of guilty or no contest could negatively impact your immigration status. Do you understand all of these things?
Yes.
Factual basis recommendation, please.
Yes, Your Honor. On April 23rd of 2025, officers with the Morrow Police Department responded to 6331 Jonesboro Road in Morrow here in Clayton County. When they arrived, they discovered that the defendant before you, Mr. Raymond Gamillion, did intentionally damage a windshield belonging to a Miss Janine, Jeneane, Heil, Heil, without her consent by throwing an alcoholic beverage through said windshield. The state's recommendation, Your Honor, is 12 months to serve 14 days, balance probated, and restitution to be determined at a hearing at a later date. State would request at least 30 days out for the hearing to give our victim a chance to fix her, to get an estimate or fix her windshield.
All right. Mr. Lynch?
Judge, yes. We would ask the court to accept the plea as negotiated. And I have his contact information. We would have been happy to agree to a reasonable number, but he understands he's going to have to come back for a restitution hearing. And we would just ask that, I'm not sure if Mr. Tipton said this, but that since there's no other conditions after any ordered restitution is paid, if Your Honor would allow his probation to terminate.
And Your Honor, that was part of the negotiation. I neglected to mention that. My apologies.
No problem. So it'll TLC. But here's the thing. How do they know each other?
From what I understand, Your Honor, I believe it was just I believe that it was a stranger on stranger incident.
No, I don't believe they're strangers, Judge. They're known to each other.
All right. So Mr. Gamillion, if this happened once and you ended up in an orange jumpsuit, I'm going to need you to govern yourself accordingly. You're going to get out. If y'all have interactions again, if those are negative interactions, you need to walk away, not break a windshield. We clear?
Excuse me, Your Honor. That's his ex-girlfriend. My apologies.
Do y'all have children together? Okay, so X means X, just no need to see each other again, no need to contact each other. We clear? Okay. Only thing you're gonna do is pay restitution. If what restitution is ordered, you'll pay that through probation. You're gonna go back with the sheriff's office and get signed up with probation, and then you'll be getting ready to have your your restitution hearing, okay? All right, you can go back with sheriff's office. Who's next? Let me tell you who I still have pending. Gilmore, Collier, Cowens, Full, Mack, Myers, Roberts, Sanchez Medina, Scott, and Shepherd. Wedlow, who seems to still be on the screen. He must have really good internet, because if he was making his way to the courthouse, then he probably would have logged off by now. And Williams.
No, ma'am. No, ma'am. I have no way, and I'm trying to figure out a way, ma'am.
Your Honor, may the state would like to share its screen with the court momentarily for a moment. The state has a copy of Mr. Wedlow's rule nisi that says that he is to be in court today. If the court would like to see it.
I don't have to see it, Mr. Tipton. I know what my order says.
Yes.
I'm clear that he's supposed to be in court. It seems Mr. Wedlow is the only one who is clueless about the fact that he should be here as opposed to on the screen, because I know what my order says. I'm clear on that.
I'm trying, ma'am. I'm on my way any way possible.
Your Honor, if Mr. Wedlow does not appear in time by the close of calendar, state would request that the court revoke his bond based on failure to appear in person during the motion to revoke bond.
That's on the table.
The defense would, well, Judge.
Yes, Mr. Lynch.
So my understanding is that Mr. Wedlow's trying his best to get up here, so.
That's your understanding, Mr. Lynch? Because if he was trying his best, he'd have been on a bus this morning at 6 o'clock or walking. I've had people walk to court, and I have a lot of respect for that. Or one of the 3 to 5 people I saw with the Wedlow last name could have given him a ride.
Well, Judge, they couldn't have, based on the orders of the court.
I'm trying to get an Uber now. Excuse me. I'm sorry. I'm trying to get an Uber now. I can't walk that far in that short of a time. I'm trying to get an Uber now.
Okay.
Please give me a second. Please. I'm not trying to disrespect the court in any way.
Okay.
I'm on my way. Thank you.
All right. Anybody else ready to go now?
Your Honor, I believe that earlier defense made a statement that Cowens was ready to stipulate. We have P.O. Chang on here. Maybe we could go ahead and get that taken care of so P.O. Chang could be excused.
I'm ready on Cowens.
Your Honor, this is Mr. Isaiah Cowens for the petition for revocation.
All right, Mr. Collins, raise your right hand for me. You solemnly swear or affirm any testimony you give in this matter will be true.
Yes, ma'am.
All right, Ms. Chang, you solemnly swear or affirm any testimony that you give in this matter will be true.
I do, Your Honor.
All right, Mr. Collins, you can put your hand down, sir. You're before the court on State of Georgia versus Isaiah Emmanuel Cowens, and you have two cases that were adjudicated before this court, 2021 CR 03948 and 2023 CR 04882. You were before this court for speeding 35 plus miles an hour over the limit, driving on a suspended or revoked license, red light violations, and on the 4th day of January 2024, you were sentenced to 12 months on probation. You have 3 months and 29 days remaining. You failed to report on January 10th, January 22nd, February 27th, April 23rd, May 2nd, May 23rd, June 27th, July 7th, and within 10 days of July 23rd, 2024, as directed. You last reported to probation on June 26th of 2024. You failed to document proof of completing a driver improvement course, and you failed to complete community service. You have failed to document completing 73 hours of community service in lieu of the fines. You've documented no hours. All right. So, Mr. Cowens, why haven't you done anything I asked you?
Your Honor, if I may, Mr. Cowens has completed the driver improvement course. He's informed me that he has proof of completion on his telephone, which he is in the custody of the county at this time, but can provide proof once he has access to his telephone. The failures to report are accurate.
Yes, ma'am.
The failures to report are accurate as stated in the petition. As for failure to complete community service, in lieu of fines, he has paid $1,046 in fines, and we have a receipt of that transaction, and that took place on May 7th of this year, Your Honor, May 7th of 2025.
Mr. Cowens, why couldn't you do what I asked you to do?
Your Honor, I do apologize, but I did welcome home a newborn, and I was working 12-hour shifts, and I was the only one working in my household. It was really tough trying to make ends meet, but I do apologize for not completing it, Your Honor.
Ms. Chang?
Your Honor, with regard to the payments, his father did make a payment of $1,046, which was the fine balance of $596 and supervision fees in the amount of $450. That did not cover, however, the fine on count one of this sentence. There was an adjustment of $730 on that fine in lieu of 73 hours of community service. So he hasn't paid that fine.
Okay.
With regard to the...
Hold on just a second, Ms. Chang.
Yes,
is that his daddy in the back with the beard? How I know these things? Come on up, sir. How old are you, Mr. Cowens?
Me or my dad?
You.
I'm 28.
Okay, I'm gonna need you to move over for a second. Right there. Mr. Cowens,
Yeah.
why are you paying for that boy? He is 28 years old. He is a grown man. And what I gave him to do was the simplest sentence I give. Go down to the Department of Driver Services, take the driver improvement course, which is a one-day course. You take that on a Saturday or a Friday, knock that out, get the certificate, be done. You can complete your probation as soon as you paid the fines and fees or done the community service and the driver improvement course. He could have been done in less than a month. He has dragged this out over a year. And then you come into the rescue for a grown man. Let me ask you one question. When you left the house, when you was in high school or whatever it is, when you left your parents' house, how old were you?
19.
How many times did you go back to live with them and they take care of you after that point?
Probably about 4, maybe 5.
You went back to the house and they took care of you.
Yeah.
And you had to relaunch 4 times.
Yeah. About that much, but
yeah, let's not do that with young Mr. Cowens.
But Your Honor, in his behalf, though, that was none of my money. I just came and paid. It was the money it was his money from working that he saved up.
Your
Well,
Honor,
then if he saved it up, he could have paid it. The reason the fine and fees are so much is because instead of doing what he was supposed to do in a short time, he dragged it out. You know how much supervision fees are per month? $52. Am I right, Ms. Chang?
$50, Your Honor.
$50 for
Yes.
supervision fees. So had he done what I asked him to do in the first month or two, he would have been able to pay the fines and fees for the original sentence and gotten the driver improvement course. He decides he's not going to come to court. He's not going to show up and do his probation reports. He's going to risk it and give me this song and dance about how I was working so hard. Okay, yeah, I don't care. I worked 2 jobs and went to college. Same time. So what I'm saying to you is don't ignore the court, because I have the ability to shut all this down. And don't rescue him for a bad mistake he made, because the money that you paid, that's the extra money that it costs because he didn't show up for probation. That's the extra money. Had he taken the opportunity that I gave him to go ahead and do the driver improvement course and to go ahead and do those, he said he couldn't pay. So I said, okay, we'll do community service, but he could have paid. So it was either or, but he comes in here, he can't do it. The next thing you know, you have to come bring his money, your money. I don't care whose money it is, but we need to stop rescuing these children who are trifling, because we are not making grown people. We're not making grown people. We're making people who, one, if you get in trouble with the courts, you don't pay attention, you don't listen, you don't read. Every instruction I gave him was in his sentencing sheet.
Yes, ma'am.
Why would you drag this out more than a year and increase the amount of money that has to be paid and end up going back to jail for something that was a traffic offense, which he didn't have to do in the first place, because who's driving 35 plus miles an hour over the limit with no license? Irresponsible. I am tired of seeing irresponsible adults. He's 28. He is an irresponsible adult. And we have, as parents, have got to stop coming in here and rescuing irresponsible people. I'm gonna tell you right now, my mama was a police officer. I better not have called her and said, Ma, this is my one phone call in jail. I'd have still been there. Would have still been there. Right. My husband said the same thing. His mom was a teacher, daddy a teacher. He said his mama told him, if you ever get arrested, don't waste your call on me, because I have given you everything you need to be successful. Don't mess up.
Absolutely.
And he out here, first of all, there's no reason for you to be, he ain't driving an ambulance, no reason for him to be driving 35 plus miles an hour over the limit with a suspended license. And then he's going to drag this out over a year, increasing the amount of money owed to the court when he could have just taken care of this and showed up. I tell everybody, if you hear me say it, I tell everybody, the quickest way to get rearrested is to fail to show up for your probation report. You can ask if you look at Mr. Lynch has been working with me probably longer than anybody else connected with this court, except for my junior civil assistant. And both of them will tell you, I say it every single time. The quickest way to get rearrested and to mess up on probation is to fail to report for probation. He spent a whole year flapping in the wind.
Hello, excuse me.
I asked him to do. Mr. Wedlow, if you interrupt me one more time, I'm definitely sending my deputy to get you. Now, Mr. Cowens, how long you want to be a little boy? When you gonna grow up and be a man?
Right now, Your Honor.
Oh, it's taking me talking to your daddy and telling him to stop rescuing your butt for you to finally decide at 28 you gonna be a grown man.
Yes, ma'am, Your Honor.
Okay.
Your Honor, may the state be heard on this.
Hold on, let me hear what Ms. Chang said before I'm hearing from the state. Ms. Chang, tell me what you think I should do with this grown man who refuses to act like a grown man.
Your Honor, I wanted to mention, I emailed additional documents. I don't know if you, this morning,
Hold on, let me pull them up.
and that's with regard to the driving class. It's an email that I received from the school yesterday.
All right, Ms. Chang, what does this mean? Is this is it done?
No, Your Honor. I received the driver improvement contract on March 20th of this year from the defendant's father, from Mr. Cowens. And I sent an email to the school yesterday, I believe, and they replied back that he reported on July 13th, 2024 to take the class, but he did not successfully complete the class. He left early and didn't return to complete it. So I just wanted to make the court aware of that.
Yeah, because this doesn't look like the certificate we should have if he has successfully completed.
Correct.
What's your recommendation, Ms. Chang?
So the recommendation I had sent to Lister and Holt was prior to me receiving this email from the driving class. But the recommendation is to revoke 15 days and close the case.
All right. Mr. Tipton?
Your Honor, if I may, Ms. Chang, how much longer does he have on probation?
He has 3 months and 29 days remaining.
Your Honor, state's recommendation is 45 days, suspend the balance, and during that suspended time, he is to have his license suspended. He is to serve it with suspension.
All right. Mr. Taylor?
Your Honor, although it was Mr. Cowan's father that paid the fines, he has paid over $1,000 in fines. I suggest, or I would recommend that you follow the probation officer's recommendation in this matter.
So, Mr. Tipton, talk to me about this. You say suspend 45 days suspended, but suspend his license in that 45 days?
No, Your Honor. We're going after 45 days in jail. The state's recommending that he go on a suspended sentence, where during the suspended sentence, his license is totally suspended. The court can put that in. It can put that in the recommendation or the probation order, and we can send an investigator down to serve him with the suspension.
Mr. Cowens Jr., you got anything you want to say?
Me not reporting is false. I had talked to the guy that was there. I was just late coming back, and I have the proof that it's completed, my driving course.
Why didn't you submit the proof to your probation officer if you took this back in July of 2024?
Because I only received the receipt, which I showed her, but he actually emailed me the certificate copy to my phone that same day when she told me it wasn't valid, the receipt.
What day did you receive the certificate of completion?
Mr. Cowens, once again, you didn't listen to anything I said. When I sentenced you, it was take the driver improvement course, not the one that you Google, but go to the Department of Driver Services, find a driver improvement course, take that course, and show proof of having taken it to your probation officer. So first of all, if you actually took it last year, you didn't show proof of having, what you thought Ms. Chang was going to track you down and say, hey, Mr. Cowens, can you show me proof of having completed the probation? I mean, the requirements of probation, your driver improvement course? You thought she was going to come find you?
No, ma'am.
So if you took it last year, allegedly, successfully, allegedly, why didn't you turn it in then?
Well, Your Honor, I didn't have necessary funds that I was back on my payments, which is why.
So you said instead of doing what the court said, I know I'm not doing the other part, so I'm just not going to report because the court said the most important part is to report for probation or you're going to get arrested. So I'm just not going to pay attention to what the court said. I'm going to do what I think I know. You are 28 years old, Mr. Cowens. If you want to be successful in this world, you got to do several things. Number one is listen carefully. Number two is follow instructions. Number three, if you are unclear, ask. Number four, if you're scared of the consequences, man up and go ask and see what it is you need to do.
Yes, ma'am.
I'm just not going to do it. And then your daddy got to come down here and rescue your butt. I'm going to need you to grow up. Your daddy's not going to always be here. I'm going to need you to grow up and man up.
Yes, ma'am.
30 days.
Your Honor, is the court going to suspend his license or
No, he needs that because he's going to have to pay his daddy back for the money that he allegedly his daddy says it's his money. But if it was his money, he could have already paid me that.
Understood, Your Honor. Thank you.
All right, Ms. Bingham, it's not helping me, ma'am. I can only do one thing at a time. So you sending me text, you sending me chats. I am understanding what the situation is, but I need to talk it in the context of when I call that case. Okay, so stop sending me stuff.
Your Honor, is that 30
Yes.
days in closed case or 30 days in resumed probation?
Oh, he's not going back to probation because I'm not going to burden Miss Chang with the foolishness. Why should I make her job harder? He's going to do the 30 days. How long has he already done?
He's done 7, I'm sorry.
Since May the 6th, 7 days.
Okay, he'll finish the 30 days out. Why are you raising your hand, Mr. Collins? What do you want?
Your Honor, I have 2 kids and
And you should have been more responsible because a person with 2 kids, a father, because see, you're going to tell me, oh, I had 2 kids, I'm taking really the mother of your children is probably doing everything. So I'm not really impressed. But if you were being an active father the way you should have, you would have never risked going to jail. You would have never risked not reporting for probation. You would have never risked ending up in an orange jumpsuit or a red jumpsuit. You would have done quickly what it is you needed to do so you could be available for your family. That's what a man does. That's what a father does. So don't bring up your 2 kids that you got to take care of because you could have taken care of them by following my instructions. You're going to do these 30 days. Keep talking and I'll go with the 45. At some point, you have got to be held responsible. Everybody's making excuses for you. He a whole father and he's out here not doing what he's supposed to do and risking jail. And now I'm supposed to say, oh, well, he's a dad. Oh, when really the baby's mother is probably doing everything anyway. Not impressed.
Thank you, Your Honor.
All right. All right, I sent that over. All right, 1 second, I'll
Thank
be
you,
right
Your Honor.
back.
May I be excused, Your Honor?
Yes, ma'am.
Thank you, Your Honor.
All right, I'm going to just mute myself until you all come with announcements. So I know yes,
That's good.
I know you all still have to speak with the females. So if you all will go ahead and get those done. If there's a breakout room needed, let me know. But other than that, we're still waiting on
Gilmore.
yes, I got you, Mr. Gilmore. Can I
Okay.
find my calendar?
Okay. Thank you. Okay.
So we're waiting.
I'm on the way now.
Mr. Wedlow, what did I tell you?
I'm so sorry, ma'am, if I disrespect.
I need you to stop interrupting me. All right, so I'm going to call the calendar just so we are clear on what's still outstanding. Gilmore, Collier, Full, Mack, Myers, and Myers has 2 cases, Roberts, Sanchez Medina, Scott, Shepard, Wedlow, and Williams. All right, and I'll be back when you all have announced.
Thank you, Your Honor. The state just has one request. If we can request how far Mr. Wedlow is, our officer is present in the courtroom. He worked last night. And so
Mr. Lynch?
he is tired, essentially.
I got you. Mr. Lynch?
Your Honor, Mr. Lynch is speaking with other inmates in the inmate booth.
Okay, do we have any idea how far Mr. Wedlow is?
I do not know, Your Honor.
All right, can we get somebody to follow up on that? Thank you.
Thank you, Your Honor.
Excuse me, Your Honor.
Yes, Mr. Gilmore.
I'm not. No one have reached out to me yet, and this
I'm clear, Mr. Gilmore, but we got a bunch of people. If you've heard me call the calendar, we are
Yes,
going
ma'am.
to reach out to you. And I called your name again, saying that this is another case that's still waiting. Okay?
Yes, ma'am.
If I had forgotten you, I wouldn't have called your name.
Yes, ma'am. I was just about to ask, do you have any idea how long somebody think you'll get with me? But okay.
Are we ready for Scott?
Mr. Lynch, we have any idea how long Mr. Wedlow is going to take to get to the courthouse in Clayton County when he lives in Clayton County?
He indicated to be about 11 minutes
From,
from now.
Mr. Scott? Yes. Thank you, Your Honor. This is Mr. Scott. Sorry.
raise your right hand for me, Mr. Scott. You solemnly swear or affirm any testimony you give in this matter will be true.
Yes, Your Honor.
Okay. Okay. All right, Mr. Scott, Kelvin Jermaine Scott, you're before the court on 2025 CR 04478 for drug objects. You're represented by Attorney Taz Taylor. Mr. Taylor, what does your client plead to the offenses before the court, to the offense before the court?
Your Honor, my client pleads guilty to the possession of a drug-related object.
All right. Go ahead.
I apologize, Your Honor. It's a NOLO plea to the drug-related object.
NOLO?
NOLO, that's correct, Your Honor. NOLO.
Yeah. By entering a plea of NOLO, Mr. Scott, you give up the right to have a trial by jury or judge. You give up the right to have the state prove your guilt beyond a reasonable doubt. You give up the right to have the presumption of innocence in your favor. You give up the right to have give up the right to present evidence and testimony on your behalf, to not incriminate yourself or present any evidence or testimony against yourself. And if you're not a United States citizen, a plea of guilty or no contest could negatively impact your immigration status. You understand all of these things, sir?
Yes, Your Honor.
All right, factual basis recommendation, please.
Yes, Your Honor. Sorry if I can just. Your Honor, on November the 20th, 2024, officers responded to 6147 Old Dixie Road located here in Clayton County, Georgia. Okay. Officers observed, when officers arrived to the incident location regarding a commercial burglary, officers observed Mr. Scott attempting to leave. When officers did a search for weapons and illegal substances, officers observed a clear pipe with unknown white residue in his jeans pocket. Those are the facts of the case, Your Honor.
All right.
State's recommendation, Your Honor, in this case is a $200 fine, suspended.
All right. So, Mr. Scott, what's going on, sir? You have some help to kind of get you back on the straight and narrow?
I need some help to get back on the straight and narrow, Judge.
Okay, before you leave, ask to speak to the chaplains at the jail. Ask to see if they can give you any information about the Clayton Center and also the Salvation Army, okay?
Yes, Your Honor.
All right. Take care of yourself, Mr. Scott. I'm going to accept your plea of NOLO. $200 fine will be suspended. Time served.
All right, thank you.
All right, take care.
I have no idea. No. I spoke to Mr.
Judge, I do have, I think, a few announcements.
Announcements, Mr. Lynch?
Yes, Judge. So we do have Marquise Mitchell, who was on the arraignment calendar, I believe on the 12th, but they added him to today because he was in custody. He may not be on the calendar, Judge, but they did bring him, and we're going to enter a not guilty plea on his behalf at this time.
Okay.
Additionally, Judge, for Mr. Sanchez Medina, we are going to actually enter a not guilty plea at this time.
Okay.
And then just for the court's information, I did speak to Miss Bigham. She is the sister of Preston Collier. He's currently pending eval. I'm not sure whether she wants to address the court. I told her that if she
Listen, here's the thing. Evals take forever. If she has information that is current from his treating physician, we'll go with that. Whatever it is, then that's what we deal with. I don't want to waste time on an eval if he already has a treatment plan, an evaluation, diagnosis, all of that.
Right, and I'm gonna communicate with her, and to the extent that I can, in an effort to make sure that he gets at least medicated, if that's a possibility. But
yeah, if she has his current list of medications, if I need to do a medical order to make sure that the jail is medicating him consistent with what his current physician has ordered, then I can do that.
I do have that. And if you could do that, please.
Okay, so Mr. Lynch, Ms. Bigham, if you will chat with Mr. Lynch, give him your contact information. You can chat it to the courtroom and he'll communicate with you about that so that you can send that information over. Also, I say this, I try and give out this information to families who are dealing with individuals, particularly adults who are have mental health illness. There's an organization called NAMI, the National Alliance of Mental Illness. It has a very strong Georgia chapter, but if you're not from Georgia, that's okay because they have a national chapter. So it's NAMI, NAMI.org. And if you will contact them, they have a lot of information about how to navigate the space that you're in with respect to getting guardianships, navigating the HIPAA space, finding support for family members. I know that this has been ongoing and some family members have carer fatigue, which is common. So they have information about how to navigate that and how to get a little bit of relief and maybe some shortcuts that you all can take or some workarounds that you may be able to use to help your loved one more quickly and more efficiently. So contact NAMI, and I think Georgia NAMI is the Georgia chapter, but they have a lot of information that could assist you. So go ahead and give that information to Mr. Lynch, and then if I need to draft the medical assistance order that gets him medicated consistent with what he has already taken, then I'll do that also.
Thank you.
No problem, ma'am.
I do have her contact information. I just sent her my email through text, and so we're good.
Yeah, because if we have to wait for a mental health evaluation through the state, that's going to take a minute and it's just going to drag it out. All right, you have any other announcements?
There's a Mr. Compton in the courtroom that was scheduled for yesterday.
Okay, on the arraignment calendar. Judge, there's a Mr. Compton present in the courtroom, and I believe he was scheduled for yesterday's arraignment calendar. I don't believe we're appointed. Are we appointed, Mr. Compton?
And what happened?
I apologize. We are appointed.
What happened yesterday?
Judge, if you give me a moment, I can get that information.
Okay, so what I'm not doing is expanding this calendar for people who didn't show up when they were supposed to. So y'all work it out. I'm not adding him to this calendar. He had a calendar time.
I understand.
Thank you.
And Judge, I did want to make you aware that Mr. Wedlow is present.
I'm ready on his motion to revoke whenever you all are.
And I just messaged Deputy Ponder just to see if
And I got it, Mr. Lynch. I'm responding right now. Give me one moment.
My phone went in and out. This is Cedric Wetlow.
Thank you, Mr. Wetlow. We hear you. Just put your phone on mute for us, please. Thank you. Your Honor, the state is ready.
All right, I'm ready. The courtroom is dark and it's muted, so are you ready in the courtroom? All right. So State of Georgia versus Taj Brandon Wedlow, case 2024 CR 06670, battery family violence count 1, battery count 2, simple battery family violence count 3, simple battery count 4. Mr. Wedlow also has case 2024 CR 06671 for simple battery family violence count 1 and simple battery count 2. Mr. Wedlow is before the court for a motion to revoke bond that was filed on, for a motion to revoke bond that was filed by the state, and the state is ready to proceed. Mr. Taylor or Mr. Lynch, are y'all ready?
Your Honor, I was just calling, approach the bench to make an announcement for Miss Sierra Mack and Miss Larissa Shepard.
All right, what's the announcement for Mack and Shepard?
On Miss Shepard, that will be a no-look plea negotiated. And on Miss Sierra Mack with 2 cases, on the theft by shoplifting case, that will be a guilty plea negotiated. And on Miss Sierra Mack, obstruction of an officer, that is a no-look plea negotiated. And shall we have Ms. Mack come up now?
Yeah, that's fine. Where's Mr. Lynch?
I believe he's in the hallway, Your Honor.
Ms. Mack, raise your right hand for me.
You can see the judge up there on the screen.
You solemnly swear or affirm any testimony you give in this matter will be true?
Yes.
Yeah, speak up.
Yes.
All right. You can put your hand down, ma'am. Ms. Mack, you're before the court on 2024 CR 06947. Sierra Jamea Mack, obstruction of an officer. You're represented by Mr. Taz Taylor. It's my understanding you're entering a plea of guilty for obstruction of an officer. On case 2025 CR 04729, theft by shoplifting, also represented by Mr. Taz Taylor. It is my understanding you're entering a plea of NOLO on that case. By entering the plea of guilty to the first case and NOLO to the second case, you give up the right to have a trial by jury or judge. You give up the right to have the state prove your guilt beyond a reasonable doubt. You give up the right to be presumed innocent. You give up the right to present evidence and testimony on your behalf to not incriminate yourself. And if you are not a United States citizen, a plea of guilty or no contest could negatively impact your immigration status. Do you understand all of these things, ma'am?
Yes, I understand.
All right. How old are you, Ms. Mack?
I'm 24.
Okay. All right. Factual basis recommendation.
Yes, Your Honor. With regard to case ending in 6947, on October 25th of 2023, officers with the Clayton County Police Department, excuse me, with the Clayton County Police Department, were attempting to investigate a person sleeping in a 2011 Honda Accord. It was determined that the person sleeping in the vehicle was Miss Mack. During the course of the investigation, they attempted to restrain Miss Mack, to which Miss Mack refused to. To which Miss Mack hindered Officer W. St. John by resisting arrest. State's recommendation, Your Honor, is 12 months to serve 2 days, credit for time served, balance suspended, a $300 fine suspended.
All right. And as to the next case, 2025 CR 04729.
Yes, Your Honor. Your Honor, on April 7th of 2025, officers with the Clayton County Police Department were called to 2940 Anvil Block Road in Ellenwood. It was determined that the defendant before you, Miss Mack, was shoplifting from the Walmart. She did take merchandise that amounted to $79.90 and was previously wanted on a criminal trespass. The state's only going forward with theft by shoplifting in this case. The recommendation is 12 months to serve 60 days, balance suspended, do not return to any Walmart in Clayton County.
Okay, Mr. Taylor?
I'm sorry, Mr. Tipton, could you repeat that recommendation? I missed that.
Sure. 12 months to serve 60 days, balance suspended, do not return to any Walmart in Clayton County.
Is it credit for time served?
No, Your Honor. I believe she still has time served.
Mr. Taylor?
Your Honor, we do enter a guilty plea to that offense, and we would just request that the court consider 30 days rather than 60 days in the matter.
Your Honor, if Mr. Taylor is going to request that, this is a non-negotiated plea.
Yes.
All right, so Ms. Mack, I'm going to accept your plea of guilty to case 2024 CR 06947 for obstruction.
Your Honor.
Yes.
I'm sorry, Your Honor, but Mr. Taylor just indicated that it's a non-negotiated plea, therefore the state's recommendation is going to change. We were under the impression it was a negotiated plea. And it would just go from 6.
Okay, before we do this back and forth, how long has she been in jail?
Roughly 30 days, Your Honor.
Does she have services at this point? Does she have anything, any services that she can avail herself of? Is somebody out there to help her? Is she gonna, once she gets out on the street, does she have a place to go, something to do, someone to help her take care of herself? What's going on?
Your Honor, she can reside with her grandmother, who will provide her with a place to live, and
She has no child.
Okay, I just want to be clear. We're doing a lot. We're putting a lot on these grandmamas. I just want to be clear. We're doing a lot. We're putting too much on grandmamas. But here's the thing, Mr. Tipton, even with the plea that you all have, she'll be out tomorrow because they're giving double time. So she's probably going to get out anyway. Is that going to be a factor?
Your Honor, the state would only request for additional, it was just going to make it add an additional 30 days on, which would make it 90 days. If that doesn't change the factors, or the state had originally requested 60 days, we would ask for 90 days. If this is a
I got you, but how many times has she shoplifted? Like, is she a habitual or?
So, Your Honor, this is the first shoplifting, but she does have a pending kidnapping, a pending criminal damage to property, and a pending burglary.
Okay, well then we'll let the Superior Court deal with that. All right, so I'm gonna go and assume that y'all negotiated this. So 12 months, 2 days, credit for time served, balance suspended, $300 fine suspended on the first case. On the second case, 2025 CR 04729, 12 months, 60 days, credit since the date of lockup. Balance will be suspended as long as she does not go back to any Walmart in Clayton County. Since I know the jail is giving double time, I sent somebody to serve 12 months and they try to get them out of there in a month. So I have no concerns that Ms. Mack will be there within the next 2 weeks. She will be released really soon. So that's where I am. Anything else?
Nothing
from the state, Your Honor.
All right, thank you, Ms. Mack. You can go back to the sheriff's office, Ms. Mack. Before you leave jail, please try and talk to one of the chaplains and maybe there's some help that they can give you. And please don't burden your grandmother because grandmother, she's you know, she's already lived to the point where she should probably at this point have some peace and relaxation. Don't be a burden to her. Okay?
Oh,
All right, thank you. All right, what we got next? I'm ready on Wedlow.
Your Honor, the state is ready as well.
I'm clear. All right, still pending. Gilmore, who's on video. Collier, which is an evaluation case. We're talking about that. Myers, Roberts, and Williams. So is this Wedlow? We ready?
Judge, we are ready, although I do have to put something on the record.
Go ahead.
So Judge, Mr. Wedlow is here present in court.
Good.
So we would, though, object to any virtual testify of the alleged victim, testimony in the alleged victims. I believe that the
Okay, y'all waived that when he failed to show up as announced, and the court has had to wait for him to get here.
Okay.
Y'all were willing to go for it as long as I would let him stay at home, but now because I made him come in, which was what the notice says, now you want to bring that, no, we don't want any virtual testimony. I'm not playing games, Mr. Lynch. You can put it on the record, and then if you want to appeal it, you go ahead and do that, but we're not doing this.
And I understand, Judge, but for the record, I would just say that I didn't consent to any witnesses testifying virtually based, and I didn't expect him to appear virtually. That certainly wasn't my instruction. And so that is just, we do object to that for the record, Judge.
Okay, move, let's go on. All right. State of Georgia versus Taj Brandon Wedlow.
Yes, Your Honor. The first witness, Your Honor, that the state will call, and we'll just ask for if counsel and Mr. Wedlow can go to the table so that our witness can stand at the podium to speak. Thank you. At this time, Your Honor, the state will call Officer Freeman.
All right, Officer Freeman, raise your right hand for me. You solemnly swear or affirm any testimony you give in this matter will be true.
Yes, ma'am.
All right. Your witness, Ms. Ponder.
Okay, thank you. And Officer Freeman, if you can just stand a little closer, I had a hard time hearing you. Okay.
Hey, and I'm sorry to interrupt, but before we proceed, I just wanted to check. Can I be heard through this microphone? Yes, I need
Yeah, I hear you, Mr. Lynch.
Yes, I can hear you, Mr. Lynch. May I proceed, Your Honor?
Yes.
Okay, thank you. All right, officer, may you please state your first and last name, please?
Dalvin Freeman.
Can you spell your first and last name for the record?
First name is spelled D-A-L-V-I-N. Last name Freeman, F-R-E-E-M-A-N.
Okay. Thank you, Your Honor. One moment. Just two separate motions. I want to make sure that I'm on. Okay. Your Honor, before we begin with this witness, may I place something on the record, please?
Yes.
Okay, thank you, Your Honor. In this case, the state versus Taj Wedlow, case 2024 CR 06670. As the court is aware, the state did file a motion to revoke bond in that case, and also case 2024 CR 002. I'm sorry, 06671 and 006670. Your Honor, the state would like to bring to the court's attention State's Exhibit A, order for bond. Your Honor, the defendant received a bond for incident date October the 10th, 2023. He received this bond on October the 11th, 2023 from Magistrate Court Judge Cooper. part of his bond conditions, Your Honor, for the offense of battery family violence was to stay away absolutely, directly, or indirectly by mail, email, pager, telephone, or third person from the person, home, workplace, and immediate family members of any witness, including but not limited to Cedric Wetlow. Condition number 2, not return or go upon the premises located at 8571 Taylor Road. Condition 3, the defendant may schedule an appointment with the sheriff of Clayton County to accompany the defendant to his residence or location for which he has been excluded by this order to permit the defendant to retrieve items. And then number 4, the defendant must not violate any laws while on bond. And that is for case 2024 CR 06670 for battery family violence. Your Honor, may I proceed with this witness?
Any objection to Exhibit A, Mr. Lynch?
No, Judge.
All right, it will be admitted and you may proceed.
Okay, thank you. Officer Freeman, how are you currently employed, sir?
I work for the Clayton County Police Department.
Okay, and being employed with the Clayton County Police Department, does it give you the authority to issue citations?
Yes.
Does it give you the authority to, do you have arrest powers?
Yes.
And are you post-certified?
Yes.
I'm sorry?
Yes.
Okay. I want to draw your attention to May 28th, 2024. Were you in fact employed with the Clayton County Police Department on that day?
Yes.
Okay. And did you respond to an incident location 8571 Taylor Road?
Yes.
Okay. And do you recall when you responded to this location, what was it for?
It was for a domestic dispute.
Okay. Did you have any contact with any individuals?
Yes, I did.
Okay. And who did you have contact with?
I had contact with Eric Wetlow, a Taj Wetlow, and a Cedric Wetlow.
Okay, so you had contact with Eric Wetlow, Todd Wetlow, and also Cedric Wetlow at this location?
Yes.
Okay, and did you have an opportunity to speak with, and what did you learn during your course of investigation after speaking with Mr. Eric Wetlow?
Well, Eric Wetlow told me that Taj had attacked him and punched him in the face multiple times. And all started because Taj was trying to be in his business while he was on the phone.
Okay, give me one moment. And at this particular incident, did you observe or notice any type of marks on Mr. Eric Wetlow?
No, I did not.
Okay. And did you have an opportunity to speak to Mr. Taj Wetlow?
I did.
Okay. And what did you learn from Mr. Taj Wetlow?
Taj explained to me that Eric was talking about him on the phone, and so he got upset and wanted to confront him about the situation. But I think he said also that Mr. Eric had a broom in his hand and tried to use it defensively against him.
Okay, and did you arrest anyone on that day?
Yes.
Okay, who did you arrest on that day?
Taj Wetlow.
Okay, and why did you arrest Mr. Taj? What did you arrest Mr. Taj Wetlow for?
I arrested Taj Wetlow for simple battery, family violence.
Okay, and how did you come up with that decision?
So based on the testimony that he gave to me and from the testimony that Eric gave as well, Taj admitted to punching Mr. Eric Wetlow. He also tried to tell me that he told me that Eric pointed the I think it was a broom, pointed the broom at him. He never hit him, but he also told my partner on scene that Eric did hit him. So he basically like he told me a different story than what he told my partner on scene. Also, Cedric Wetlow was there as well to testify as well.
Okay. No further questions from this witness. Thank you, Your Honor.
Cross-examination, Mr. Lynch?
I'm sorry, I just wanted to make sure I got the date correct, officer. What date were you just referring to when this allegation allegedly happened?
I think it was in May. I'm not sure the exact date. I know it was May, I think. I'm pretty sure.
No further questions at this time.
All right. All right, anything else for this officer?
Yes, Your Honor. He was the same officer for another incident,
Okay,
but nothing further on this case, Your Honor, for this officer, but I would just ask for him to hold.
okay.
Your
All
Honor,
right, officer, if you could just have a seat for me. And let's call the next witness.
Your Honor, the state will call Mr. Eric Wetlow.
Mr. Wedlow, raise your right hand for me. Mr. Eric Wedlow.
Right here. Can you see me?
All right.
Hello?
I see you.
Okay.
Well, I did see
Okay.
you. Yeah, there you go. Raise your right hand. Do you solemnly swear or affirm any testimony you give in this matter will be true?
Yes.
Okay, you can put your hand down. If you can
Yes.
reposition yourself to
Okay.
somewhere where your Wi-Fi will pick up better, that would be good too.
Yeah, that's what I thought I did when I moved in the kitchen, but let me try back here. Hopefully it'll work better back here because it keeps going in and out.
That's better. Your witness,
It's
Miss.
better?
Yeah, your witness, Miss Ponder.
Okay, thank you. May you please state your first and last name,
Eric Wetlow.
and may you spell your first name for me, please, and your last name.
ERICWEDLOWE.
Okay, and I want to bring your attention to May 28th, 2024. Do you recall the police coming to 8571 Taylor Road?
Yes,
Okay. Do you recall who called the police?
I did.
Okay, and why did you call the police, sir?
I was assaulted by my nephew.
Okay, and did you provide that
Taj.
same? I'm sorry, and what is your nephew's name?
Taj Wetlow.
Okay, and did you provide that when you say assaulted, what exactly did he do?
He punched me in the face.
Okay, and so was that information provided to law enforcement on that day?
Yes.
No further questions from this witness, Your Honor.
All right. Cross-examination, Mr. Lynch.
None at this time, Judge.
All right. Mr. Eric Wedlow, just hold your excused at this time, but don't go anywhere. Miss Ponder, your next witness.
Your Honor, the state has no additional witness for this. Can I just have one moment? Your Honor, the state will call Officer Freeman back to the stand.
Okay. Officer Freeman, you're still under oath. Your witness, Ms. Ponder.
Thank you. Officer Freeman, I want to bring you to the incident date, December the 26th, 2024. Were you in fact employed with the Clayton County Police Department on this day?
Yes.
And did you respond again to 8571 Taylor Road?
Yes.
And why did you respond to this incident location?
I got a call about somebody in the backyard of Eric Wetlow's home. He believed it was his nephew, Taj, who was not supposed to be there.
Okay. And when you arrived on scene, did you make contact with anyone?
I did.
Okay. Who did you make contact with?
When I first arrived on scene, I made contact with Eric Wetlow.
Okay. And what happened?
He explained to me that he believes Taj is in his backyard, in his shack, I think it was. or his trailer, one of them. And so I went back there and I, in fact, did locate Taj in the back of the home. Also, Eric did have paperwork showing that Taj is not supposed to be anywhere around him or on his premises, according to the family violence order.
Okay, and did you make contact? You stated you did make contact with Mr. Taj Wetlow?
Yeah,
Okay, and did you place him under arrest?
I did.
Okay, and did you and what did you charge him with?
Violation of a family violence order. He also
Okay.
about the order as well.
Okay, no additional questions from this witness, Your Honor.
Cross-examination?
On that incident date, officer, there was no evidence that Mr. Mr. Taj Wedlow actually made contact with either of the home residents. Is that correct?
I mean, that's how he got in his backyard. He got to be on his property.
My question is, the allegation was that he was in the shed in the backyard, not that he had made contact or there was any kind of violent incident. Is that fair to say?
Mm-hmm.
Okay. And were you wearing a body cam during your investigation?
I was.
Okay. Do you know whether that body cam has been preserved?
Yes, it has.
And as far as the last incident date that we spoke about, were you wearing a body cam during that incident date as well?
Yes.
Do you know whether that's been preserved?
It was.
Okay. No additional questions at this time.
All right, so I have a question. So Officer Freeman, is the shed, whatever the structure was in the back, is that still located at 8571 Taylor Road?
To my knowledge, it should still be there, but that's where I located him at that time on that day.
No, I mean, was that the address of where you found him?
Yes.
Okay, so it wasn't like it was next door or somebody else's property?
No, it was.
Okay, and did you see the conditions? Was he allowed at that address? Was Mr. Taj Taj Wedlow allowed at 8571 Taylor Road?
No, it was not.
Okay. Anything else from the state?
Nothing from the state, Your Honor. I would just ask if this witness can be excused.
Yes. Officer Freeman, you're excused. Please be safe. Thank you.
At this time, Your Honor, the state will call Mr. Eric Wetlow again.
All right. Mr. Eric Wedlow, you're still under oath, sir.
All right, Mr.
Okay.
Wetlow, I just want to bring your attention to December the 26th, 2024. Did you call the police on this particular day?
Yes.
Okay. And why did you call the police on this particular day?
Because I went out my car and I heard my nephew singing in my grandpa's camper. It's an old camper my grandpa used to have. It's on the property. It's right behind the house. And then I went back in the house. I didn't confront him. I went back in the house, called the police, and called 911. Told him to come. He's not supposed to be here. And they showed up, and I directed officers where he was at. They went back there, knocked on the camper, and asked was he in there. He came out. And that's when they arrested him. I showed him the paperwork that he's not supposed to be here. He was trespassed. He violated the what's a PTO I had protection order against him. He had violated that, and he should be arrested.
Okay. And just so that we're clear, this shed or the camper is located at 8571 Taylor Road.
Yes.
No further questions, Mr. Eric Wetlow. Thank you.
All right. Cross-examination?
None at this time, Your Honor.
All right. Next witness?
Your Honor, the state rests at this time.
All right. All right. We're gonna have an argument. What we doing?
Your Honor, I would just briefly
Hold on a second. Mr. Lynch, do you have any evidence or testimony to present on behalf of Mr. Wedlow?
One moment, Your Honor.
Okay. Yeah, work that out.
We do not have evidence to present, Judge. I'm sorry about that.
All right, on the argument.
Yes, Your Honor. In the case 2024 CR 06670, the state will request and respectfully request this court to grant the motion to revoke bond. As the court has heard testimony and as the court has heard testimony from Mr. Eric Wetlow, which is the uncle of Mr. Taj Wetlow, who was the victim in case 2024 CR 06671. Also, you heard from Officer Freeman. In addition to the bond orders, Your Honor, it was stated that the defendant is not to have contact with Mr. Cedric Wetlow. As you heard from the top officer's testimony, he indicated that when he responded to the May 2024 incident date, all were present: Mr. Cedric Wetlow, Eric Wetlow, and Todd Wetlow. That is one of the violations of his bond conditions, not to have contact with Mr. Cedric Wetlow. In addition, Your Honor, another bond condition was to not return or go upon the premises located at 8571 Taylor Road, in which he did on 2 occasions after these bond orders were given. He went May the 28th, 2024, in which there was physical contact with his uncle, in which he struck his uncle multiple times in the face. And then again, December 26, 2024, when he was in the backyard in a jumper. Also, another condition was the defendant must not violate any laws while on bond. And so for that, Your Honor, the state would ask this court to revoke his bond.
All right, Mr. Lynch.
Your Honor, I would ask that you consider not revoking Mr. Wedlow's bond at this time. Mr. Wedlow is 28 years old. I know that he is actively seeking employment. And as far as the allegations that were testified to today, he is presumed innocent until proven guilty beyond a reasonable doubt. And he would request that his case go on the next trial calendar so that he can have the right to confront his accusers. Mr. Wedlow, as you saw today, presented himself to court voluntarily. And so that should indicate to the court that he is not running away from this. He wants to get this resolved. Judge, he just looks forward to his day in court where he can contest these charges and have all his rights to confront the witnesses against him and to testify if he so chooses to, Judge. Obviously, there's 2 sides to every story. Mr. Wedlow exercises his right to remain silent today. However, he does look forward to the trial when he will have an opportunity through his attorney to try to tell that story, Judge. You know, I don't believe that Mr. Wedlow has a history of violent charges that I'm aware of. I think he may have a burglary, if you consider that violent, but I don't think there's a lengthy history of violent offenses. And so, Judge, we would ask that you allow him to remain on bond until at such time as we can get these cases tried in front of a jury.
And Your Honor, if I could be heard, I know that counsel.
Hold on just a second. Hold on just a second. 1 second. I'll be right back. All right, Ms. Ponder.
Your Honor, the state would just like to provide the court with some information based upon counsel's statement regarding the defendant's criminal history. The defendant was under first offender for burglary in 2019, in which he was on probation for 4 years. He just got off probation. He has a criminal trespass conviction. He has now 4 open cases, Your Honor. He just got out of jail this weekend. He was charged with disorderly conduct, and that incident happened on May the 10th, 2025.
All right.
So Judge,
You brought up his record. You opened that door, Mr. Lynch.
I didn't, and I understand what you're saying, Judge. I didn't launch an objection, but I understand she referenced the Ofen cases in a disorderly conduct case and the burglary that I mentioned. So I understand that, but I didn't hear a history of violent offenses.
Okay, here's the thing. So, Mr. Wedlow is entitled to be innocent until proven guilty. He has not been proven guilty of the underlying offenses. But what the testimony of the officer and of Mr. Eric Wedlow shows is that he has violated his bond conditions. The bond conditions say not to go on the premises at 8571 Taylor Road. He's gone there. The bond conditions say not to have contact with Eric or Cedric. He's had contact. The bond conditions say not to pick up additional charges. He's done that. And not just once, but more than once. And so with that being said, while he is innocent of the underlying charges, he has committed bond violations. And with respect to that, not to mention you argued, and you have to be very careful with your words, because you argued that he voluntarily came into court. Well, did he though? Because really, I had to tell him that if he didn't come in, he was going to be picked up by the sheriffs through county Uber. So my notice said voluntarily come in, or not even voluntary. I'm compelling you to come in person in court. I'm just be honest. I'm telling you, come in court, and he did not do that. And then I had to wait for him to get here for us to have the hearing. And then once we get here, then we're shifting and we're changing again. I've heard enough based on the testimony that's been presented, where yes, he is innocent of the underlying charges, but did he violate his bond conditions? Yes. Did he violate his bond conditions and present a picture sufficient for the court to find that it is necessary to revoke his bond? Yes. And so at this time, based on the evidence and testimony presented, Mr. Wedlow's bond will be revoked. He'll be taken into custody until such time as his cases are resolved.
Judge, we would request, if it's possible at this point, if he can be.
He's an active inmate, and I believe he's already on the next available trial calendar. So as an active inmate, he'll go to the top of the list anyway.
Thank you, Judge.
All right. All right. Give me an order.
Am I dismissed? This is father.
Yes. Anybody connected to the Wedlow case, you're free to go at this time.
Thank you, Your Honor.
Thank you.
All right. Next is.
Damn. I told you to sit your ass down. I told you to sit your ass down.
Mr. Wedlow, I'm hearing you say all of that, sir. You are cussing on camera. Please, before I have to put you in contempt, and that's 10 days, please just mute, get off the call before you start with the craziness. All right. Lord, is nobody.
I'm sorry. I thought I had clicked off.
This has been a very challenging day. All right, let's go back to our calendar. Wedlow is done. We still have Williams, Gilmore. Please, somebody get to Mr. Gilmore, and Roberts and Myers. Okay.
Oh. And Your Honor, for Mr. Sanchez Medina, was that a not guilty?
Not guilty.
Okay, thank you, Your Honor.
I'm sorry, Honor, that was a not guilty.
Okay.
All right, full. We also have full. So pending, Gilmore, Collier, full, Myers, 2 cases, Roberts, and Williams.
Larissa Shepherd, Your Honor, on page 7.
Oh, and Shepherd. Sorry.
And we're ready to.
Shepherd is ready with a plea. Let's go with Shepherd.
This is the.
You just asked for us to get appointed, right?
Yes, I filled out the. Miss Larissa Shepherd, please. I cannot find a recommendation for.
You take from here.
All right, what we got? We still waiting?
They're bringing out Miss Shepherd, Your Honor.
Okay. Raise your right hand, Ms. Shepherd. You solemnly swear or affirm any testimony you give in this matter will be true.
Yes.
All right, you can put your hand down. You're before the court on state of Georgia. All right, you're before the court on state of Georgia versus Larissa Latrice Shepherd, 2025 CR 04731. You're charged with abandonment. Mr. Taylor, what is your client plead to the offense before the court?
Your Honor, my client pleads nolo to the single count of abandonment.
All right, by entering a plea of nolo, you give up the right to have a trial by jury or judge. You give up the right to have the state prove your guilt beyond a reasonable doubt. You give up the right to have the presumption of innocence in your favor. You give up the right to have the state prove your, you give up the right to have the presumption of innocence in your favor. You give up the right to present evidence and testimony, to not incriminate yourself. And if you are not a United States citizen, a plea of guilty or no contest could negatively impact your immigration status. Do you understand all of these things?
Yes, Your Honor.
All right, factual basis recommendation, please. Okay, who's Ms. Ponder? I can't hear you. You may be muted.
I'm sorry, Your Honor, I was. Okay. On June the 23rd, 2024, officers responded to 7296 I'm sorry, one moment, Your Honor. Okay. Highway 138 and Ambassador Drive, located here in Clayton County, Georgia. Officers observed a small child walking across the roadway at Highway 138 by herself. Officers made contact with the victim. She informed that she was asleep and woke up and no one was at the location with her. Those are the facts of the case, Your Honor.
How old is she?
She was born she was born 2026. She was born in 2016. She's about 8, 9 years old, Your Honor.
Okay.
Your Honor, the state's recommendation is 12 months to serve, 30 days, balance suspended.
All right, Mr. Taylor.
Your Honor, what was the address of the incident that the state is proposing as the location of the crime?
Highway 138 and Ambassador Drive intersection.
Have 7296 Ambassador Drive, Riverdale, Georgia.
Your Honor, our concern was with the location, whether that was in Fayette County or in Clayton County. does appear that Fayette County officers were the officers that made contact. And we
I
took-
think based upon the report, they made contact because they were on a call and they observed the child. So while they were responding, I'm assuming, based on the police report, stated while on the call, that's when they saw that's when they saw the child, but
Is that location in Clayton County, Ms. Ponder?
that's my understanding based on the report, Your Honor. It states that it's in Riverdale, is what I have.
Okay, Mr. Taylor, anything else?
Nothing, just that we were confirming that address to be in Clayton County. That would be our only objection, Your Honor. However, if that address is found to be in Clayton County, we're ready to proceed with our no-look plea.
All right. I don't have any reason to believe that Riverdale is not Clayton County. Unless somebody can tell me that this location is not. All right,
Your Honor, we're ready to proceed at this time.
okay. And the recommendation is 12 months to serve 30 days, balance suspended.
Yes, ma'am. Yes, Your Honor.
All right, Miss Shepherd, tell me what's going on.
She's asking you.
This child is a 9-year-old child, left at the house, woke up, was obviously not told, hey, mama's running out, mama's got to do something, woke up looking for somebody in the house and nobody was there. So they went outside and were observed by police. Tell me what happened.
Yes, ma'am. I went to the store because I thought she was sleeping. So I ran to the nearest store at the top of the street.
What store?
It's a gas station. It's a BP at the top of Ambassador.
What were you getting that was so important that you had to leave your child?
Something to eat on. And I needed some air.
You needed what?
I was going to get air, walking to get air, and grab something to eat on.
Get air for you just needed air?
Yes, ma'am. I was taking a walk. No, it's nothing like that. I take a full responsibility. I walked to the store to grab me some air, and I went to get me something to grab to eat.
Okay, ma'am, are you employed?
Yes, ma'am. Starbucks.
Where are you employed?
Hartsville Airport. And my employer told me if I was to come in and to turn myself in, I still have my job.
Okay, so ma'am,
yes,
let me just tell you what Clayton County is. We are at the epicenter of the largest child trafficking, human trafficking center in the world, Atlanta. We have 85, 75, 285, 20. We have all the major intersections essentially right here where we are. Yes. If somebody was to pick up your child and put them in a car, they could be all the way across the world before you even knew that your child was gone.
Yes, ma'am. I do understand.
This is not the world you and I grew up in.
Yes.
We clear?
Yes, ma'am.
Who's your child with now that you are in jail?
Her father.
Okay. And I presume the father is not in the home.
No, he doesn't.
Okay. Are y'all effectively co-parenting?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay. Don't let this happen again.
It will not, Your Honor.
Don't let this happen again. Because there's no reason that baby should wake up in that house and walk around and nobody's there, and then they're going to wander out into the street where anything could have happened.
Yes, ma'am. Yes, Your Honor.
If you Google your address right now, there'll probably be 10 people who should be listed on the sexual register if you list within 3 miles of you.
Yes.
So anything could have happened to your child.
And Your Honor, if I could, Miss Griggs is on the call. She is the guardian for the victim, for the minor. And she would like to address the court.
That's fine.
Statement.
All right, Ms. Griggs, raise your right hand for me. Do you solemnly swear or affirm any testimony you give in this matter will be true?
Yes, ma'am.
All right, give me your full name for the court reporter, please.
My name is Cinderia Griggs.
Spell that Cinderia for me.
Cinderia.
All right, ma'am, go ahead.
No, she's a great mom. I don't know what happened, but sometimes you be feeling like you just need to get out and run. You thinking the kid ain't gonna wake up and then like it's no excuse, and I'm not making excuses for her, but yeah, she wasn't supposed to leave her in the house, but she did. Mistakes happen, but you're supposed to. I guess you'll learn because that wasn't right. But she's definitely a great mom to her kids. Like
Okay.
they have stayed with me for the last 3.5 years. She's a great mom.
Okay. All right. So, Miss Shepherd, it appears that you have a village that is supportive of you and your children. Use your village. Okay. I get needing a break. Sometimes I got sons myself, and sometimes I just take to my bed and just tell them, don't bother me right now.
Yeah, sure.
Just if you need to eat, get their cereal. Don't bother me right now. Because every mama can be overwhelmed. And I'm not making this up. Whether you got support, like if you got a husband or a father in the house or not, most of the stuff falls on mamas. That's just, it is what it is. And so at some point I just need a break. But if you're going to do that, at least just stay within sight of the house.
Yes.
Make sure your child knows, hey, mama's going to walk down the block for a minute and I'm going to be right here within sight of the house. You got me? But let the child know so they don't wake up in the middle of the night and be disoriented and not know what's going on. I get it. Sometimes you just need a break. And every mama on this call and every mama who listens to this, there's a lot of judgmental people out there. I get that. And they will say, oh, well, I would never do that. But they probably have. They've needed a break. So I'm glad to hear that this is not a chronic issue, but I'm going to accept your plea of nolo. 12 months, 30 days, balance will be suspended, credit for time served, just as long as you have no new violations of the laws of the state of Georgia, okay?
Yes, ma'am. Thank you, Your Honor.
All right. Take care, Ms. Shepherd.
You too.
Thank you, Your Honor.
All right. Next.
Excuse me, can I ask a question?
Yes, ma'am. Who's asking?
Ms. Griggs.
Yes, ma'am, Ms. Griggs.
So what does that mean? Like she'll have to, she gets out or she have to stay in jail for 30 days?
No, she should have already done it. She's out. She'll be out.
Because she don't have a phone and she don't know my number because I have a new number. Is there any way like I could ask her if she need a ride or something?
Yeah, do this. You know how to chat, use the chat function?
Yes, ma'am.
Chat your number to the courtroom 304.
Yes,
so
ma'am.
when you see the name in blue, whatever that blue name is, click on that and you'll see a pull down menu and put your number in for courtroom 304. Just click on courtroom 304 and put your number in there. And Mr. Taylor will be able to give that to her.
Okay, thank you so much.
All right, so deputy, just hold it so she can get that number.
Yeah, Your Honor, I just have a question regarding Chrisma Roberts. I believe that's how you pronounce it. Was there an announcement on that case?
I don't have an announcement on Roberts yet. So like I said, I have Gilmore. I think I missed one too. Gilmore, Roberson, Collier. Collier is medical eval. So we're going to do a medical order for that one. So we're pretty good on Collier. Full, Myers, Roberts, and Williams. Okay. Yeah, Ms. Griggs, thank you so much for being a support to her. We'll get that information to her.
Thank you so much, you guys.
All right, take care, ma'am.
You too.
All right. Any other announcements? Do you need a breakout room with Mr. Gilmore? Whatever you need.
Your Honor, in the matter of Mr. Full, I spoke with him. He told me that he does not have a bond on his case. This is a misdemeanor theft by receiving stolen property. I don't believe there's any indication of any kind of battery or battery family violence of any nature that would prevent him from receiving a bond. So I just wanted to bring that to the court's attention. And it may make a difference in how he proceeds forward with a plea today.
Okay, I'm sorry, he's been denied bond for,
All I see is when I spoke with him, he said he did not have a bond. When I went to the inmate search list, there was no bond amount listed.
and he's charged with theft.
Theft by receiving stolen property.
Okay. Anything from the state?
And also, Your Honor, although he doesn't have a bond, I'm assuming I don't have the file. He's also being held on a BOP.
Okay, so that's why he got no bonded, but generally the no bond comes on or it depends. It is, I guess, legally from the statute, you can no bond somebody who is pending, has a pending probation or parole. However, it's usually used when the case involves violence. So I'm fine with giving him a bond.
Your Honor, I will bring out Mr. Full. I've told him what the recommended sentence is, and we'll see how.
Okay, so yeah, tell him whatever the recommendation is. Tell him I'm willing to do a $2,000 bond.
Yes.
All right, thanks.
Full? Oh, did you get the phone number? Okay. Thank you.
Okay, anything else?
I believe Mr. Lynch is in the attorney booth speaking with other inmates at this time.
All right.
Full.
Judge, I have an announcement for Ms. Roberts.
Okay.
Judge, we're going to go forward on a plea today.
All right, I'm ready when y'all are.
Is that non-negotiated, Mr. Lynch?
Yes.
Okay, thank you.
Oh, I'm sorry. This is not
Okay. Thank you, Judge. This is Mr. Full. Also, I did camera there. And if this goes out, you'll see the judge up there.
Mr. Full, raise your right hand for me. You solemnly swear or affirm any testimony you give in this matter will be true.
Could you speak up, Your Honor? He was having difficulty.
Do you solemnly swear or affirm any testimony you give will be true?
Yeah, ma'am.
All right. So, Mr. Full, you're before the court on State of Georgia versus Douglas Cornelius Full, 2025 CR 04438. You're represented by Mr. Taz Taylor for the charge of theft by receiving Mr. Stolen goods. Mr. Taylor, what is your client plea to the offense before the court?
Your Honor, my client pleads not guilty to the single charge at this time.
Okay, so a not guilty plea, and I know we discussed bond. Bond will be set at $2,000 on the single charge. And Mr. Full, you can go back with the sheriff's office.
Yeah, ma'am. Thank you.
All right, take care, sir. All right, what's next?
I think Mr. Lynch said Miss Roberts?
Okay. Oh, yeah, he said a plea for Roberts.
Yes, Your Honor. And this will be non-negotiated.
Okay. Ms. Roberts, raise your right hand for me. You solemnly swear or affirm any testimony you give in this matter will be true.
Yes,
You gotta speak up for me.
yes, Your Honor.
All right. So, Crispa Lisa Roberts, 2025 CR 04113. You're before the court for battery and simple battery aggrav. What is that? Because it's cutting off on my.
That's probably because it was transferred. It's
At first, it was an aggravated battery, Your Honor. It was then transferred down, and so we had to amend the accusation. So it's battery for count 1 and simple battery for count 2.
All right. So count 1 battery, count 2 simple battery. Mr. Lynch, what does your client plead to the offenses before the court?
She pleads guilty to battery, Judge. I believe simple battery would merge.
All right, by entering a plea of guilty to count 1, you give up the right to have a trial by jury or judge. You give up the right to have the state prove your guilt beyond a reasonable doubt. You give up the right to have the presumption of innocence in your favor. You give up the right to confront witnesses, subpoena witnesses, present testimony and evidence on your behalf, to not incriminate yourself. And if you're not a United States citizen, a plea of guilty or no contest could negatively impact your immigration status. You understand all of these things?
I do.
All right, factual basis recommendation.
Yes, Your Honor. On August 27, 2024, officers were dispatched to 6428 Church Street in Riverdale, Georgia, located here in Clayton County, Georgia, in reference to a domestic disturbance. When officers arrived on scene, he stated that him and Roberts, which is later identified as the defendant, were having a conversation where she leaned in, bit his lip, causing a deep laceration. The victim in this case was having a hard time speaking with the officers due to his injury. Officers at that point observed blood was on Miss Roberts' clothes. Those are the facts of the case, Your Honor. The state's recommendation is as follows. Your Honor, the state is requesting 12 months to serve, 180 days, balance suspended to have no contact. The reason for the state's request, Your Honor, at the age of only 27 years old, the defendant has a violent criminal history. She has completed pretrial diversion, October the 6th, 2017 in Kennesaw, for simple battery. She was then convicted in Cobb County for terroristic threats in 2021. She also was convicted or is currently on probation under first offender probation for ag assault, criminal trespass, terroristic threats, and simple battery. Just trying to get the date, Your Honor. The sentence date was September the 23rd, 2022. And then she has a open case in Cobb County as recent as September the 18th, 2024, a felony criminal damage to property in the second degree, and a battery family violence. And she has multiple probation violations. Miss Roberts is not a great probation candidate, and she is currently on probation for a felony offense while picking up another felony in Cobb County. That's the reason for the state's request for 180 days, Your Honor.
Mr. Lynch?
Judge, a couple of things about my client. So she has been continuously incarcerated since September of 2024. She came directly to Clayton County from Cobb County. But what I want to make you aware of is that while she was in Cobb County, in county jail, she did complete several domestic violence programs. And additionally, she told me she took some additional programs in Clayton County Jail. Ms. Roberts, and I believe on her most recent case, she's just been sentenced to probation. So Ms. Roberts has 4 children, and she's currently—
How many children?
I'm sorry, she has 3 children, and she's currently almost 9 months pregnant.
When she have time to have children for as much time as she has been in and out of the jails? What is really going on, Mr. Lynch? Not the pretty words, not the lawyer words. Tell me why this child has been in and out of jail on felonies since 2017. And then she wants to have babies. How are you raising babies from the jail?
You know, my client has had a hard life. I know that she started out in foster care and aged out, I believe, at the age of 21.
This is the stuff I need to hear. Like, why are you choosing this path? Or if this path chose you. But the stuff about, oh, she's taking classes, and I don't care. What I need to know is why she, one, keeps running into the Clayton County, into the judicial system, especially the felony part. And 2, how she thinks she can take care of babies when her main obligation is to the court system. So let's talk about that.
Well, Judge,
Ms. Roberts, you can speak for yourself. Come on up here. Tell me why, A, you don't know that you're not in a situation where you probably need to bring in more babies into this world, but you're 9 months pregnant. B, why we keep having these issues. First of all, answer this question. Who's the gentleman whose lip got bit?
That's my husband. We've been in a long relationship where he's mentally ill and he likes to drink, and things happen, but a lot of times we get into arguments and stuff.
Okay, let me explain something to you, Ms. Roberts. And I understand that you fall in love with somebody and you want to support them, but I just read a story about a woman whose husband was mentally ill. He got out of a mental health facility just in time for their son's graduation. The 2 days before graduation, he killed all of them, all 4 of them. So I'm saying you got to make good choices. So you're adding stress to an already stressful situation. You already have cases pending. Y'all are already having issues going back and forth. You're ending up in jail. He has mental health issues. You're adding babies to this situation, and with no thought to what the stressors are and what they may lead to. Where's the stability? If Mr. Lynch tells me you've been in jail since September of 2024, your whole prenatal situation has been in jail, which means where are those babies that you already have?
So
who's taking care of them?
We do have a village behind us. They go back and forth between my mother-in-law and my mother, and they kind of do visitations that way. And I do talk to them very often. I hear you about the type of situation that I'm in. I hear you.
The grandparents, if they're, listen to me. I know I look incredibly young.
You too.
But I'm a grandparent, and I'm gonna tell you this. At my age, I also have very young children. So honestly, my granddaughter is right in between my kids. Straight wild situation, but I have very young children. I know what it takes at my age to keep up with these children, to make sure they have what they need, to make sure they're where they need to be, to make sure they're supported emotionally, physically, all of that. Y'all are putting pressure on women who should have this part of their life should be in peace. Everybody wants to say, oh, well, you know, my mom is great, my mother-in-law is great, they're helping me. But really, they're doing what they're doing because the love in their heart says they don't want these babies to end up in the system. But would they rather be in a situation where they don't have to take care of your babies on a consistent level? They can come to your house, hug on them, and leave them at your house and go back home. They don't have to be the village who is taking care of your babies while you're in jail from September 2024 to May of 2025. They don't deserve to have to raise you and raise the father and now have to raise these kids. And then with no more thought to that, you get pregnant again. Like you don't know where babies come from. And if you don't know where babies come from, I will shut down this whole operation and you and I will have a private conversation where I can explain it to you and how to prevent it so that you can have babies when you are stable and you can take care of them instead of your mother-in-law and your mother. Ms. Roberts, you have got to, at some point, you're very intelligent. I hear it. You have got to, at some point, make better choices. You've got to. Whether that means supporting your husband from afar, but making sure he gets the mental health care he needs while you take the opportunity to take care of these babies the way you should. I get that you came out of foster care and people failed you. I get that. But at some point as adults, we've got to flip that switch as, okay, I'm still dealing with my past. I'm still dealing with those issues, but I've got to make better decisions because I'm bringing a new generation into this world. They did not ask to come here, and they did not ask to come here in the situation that exists. The fact that you are 9 months pregnant with a new child that you're going to bring into this situation, and you don't even know if you're going to be able, when I was on magistrate court, the worst part of my job was having to go to Southern Regional Hospital to do first appearance hearings for mothers who were chained to the bed while they were having their babies. Chained to the bed. I would take my robe. A sheriff's deputy would drive me there, and I would go into the room with a mother who should have her family surrounding her, where nobody can visit but the sheriff's deputies guarding her, and she has a baby, and she's chained to the bed. Ms. Roberts, I'm gonna need you to make better choices. All of this stuff here, these anger issues, all of the stuff that's coming out, you've had pretrial diversion to try and get you off this path. That didn't work. You've been on probation. That didn't work. At some point, you've got to make better choices because you're bringing in a new group of people who they're going to grow up. If they get the opportunity to grow up, they're going to grow up just like you. Grow up hard and then face a hard life. You have got to do better. If you're producing children because you think somebody needs to love you, babies don't love you. Let me just say, they're not here to love us. They don't choose to be here. They come in and they're very selfish. You have other kids, so you know they demand things. They need things. They need care. We're here for them. They're not here for us. So don't produce babies so you can feel like somebody's loving on you. It's the opposite. But the fact that Mr. Lynch has said, well, she's 9 months pregnant, well, that is a horror to me. That's not a good thing. That's not a positive in your box of pros and cons as I consider what to do with this case, because it's not negotiated. I get to decide. And what I'm saying to you is at some point, you gotta be better than your situation. If nothing else, say, I just really can't have another baby right now. I'm going to go to fisticuffs. I know my temper. I know the situations I am in and that I have pending. I'm not good for mothering right now. Not that I never will be, but I can't add more to my situation. Now, when you have this baby, if I give you 180 days, so that's going to be smack dab into your having the baby. So you're going to be one of those people who gives birth locked to the bed at Southern Regional. And then once you have the baby, that baby's going to have to go to your village, because just because you have a baby don't mean you're going to get out of jail. So at that point, the baby doesn't get to breastfeed, the baby doesn't get to bond, the baby goes straight to jail. I mean, to the village. And if I'm not mistaken, them two women ain't breastfeeding at this point. So stop creating children for your parents to raise. It's not cute for you to tell me, well, we have a village. That's not cute. I'm not impressed. These are your babies. Your village don't want to raise your babies. You got too much to deal with. If you want to be a support to your husband who has mental health issues, then you got to be out of jail to do that. I know what I'm saying is true. And you, now, if you've never heard anything I said, if nothing else gets to you, you need some counseling. You need therapy. You need therapy. When the judges on felony court, they have those kinds of resources. You need therapy. Ask for it. Ask your attorney in superior court, I need therapy. This is my situation. I need to be ordered to go to therapy. I need that. I need it in the jail if I can get it. I need it on the outside. You need therapy. Because you got to deal with your stuff, the stuff that got you to this point, the stuff that you had to deal with in foster care, the stuff where somebody failed you. You got to deal with that. And the stuff, so it is not a positive that you're 9 months pregnant and you've been in jail since September of 2024. It is not a positive that your village is raising your children, but you keep having children. It is not a positive that you're having children with somebody who has mental health issues and they need care. And so instead of in supporting them, you're having more children, but that's a stressor. That's not a I'm gonna help you by having more children. That's not a positive. It's not a positive that you have two other children who are not getting time with their mother. You talk to them on the phone. What good is that? What good is that? They can't smell you. They can't touch you. They can't be up under you. You're not walking the floor with them when they don't feel good. You're not rubbing Vicks on their chest. You're not giving them steam to clear their congestion. You're not doing any of those things. So what good is it that you talk to them on the phone? That's not a positive. So when you go to the next judge, whoever that is, remember how I'm reacting to all of this. Don't present those as positives. Don't present that you're 9 months pregnant as a positive. It's not. And I'll just be honest with you. Oh, babies are a blessing. They are when they come into a situation where they're going to be cared for. You got me? Anything you want to say to me?
There's nothing that you said that I particularly disagree with. It's just I've done a lot of, classes and courses, and I have access.
Yeah, but are they helping? Because you're pregnant with your third child and you're still in jail and you're facing more jail and even more jail after I finish with you. There's stuff pending now. So have you learned anything is what I want to know. You can take all the classes in the world, but the stuff that I'm telling you and the stuff the classes are telling you, you already know.
I have learned things that I've decided to do differently is a lot of the classes, they could be put on my resume so that way I could be able to provide for my children. Another thing is I signed for the birth control that you can get put in your arm at the hospital. So there's no missing pills or nothing like that. And, you know, with my probation, the last case that they gave me probation, they have asked that I get treatment done as a condition of the probation. So I have been looking into those type of options. I work with different agencies that are supposed to be helping me, you know, with my parenting while I'm incarcerated, and then when I leave incarceration, as well as therapy and things of that nature. One of them is called Motherhood Beyond. The other is called Mothers Making a Change. So I'm trying to take the steps that I can and reach out to the resources that I can to make better decisions that I touch.
No, you can.
Okay. All right, Mr. At some point, this is my last thing. You're gonna have to apologize to your children for abandoning them.
And yeah, I know.
You're gonna have to seriously sit down and apologize to them for not being here for them, for choosing to have them in this situation, for choosing to leave them with their grandparents, for not being here for them, for choosing to have them with somebody who has severe mental health issues that's untreated and it's unstable before you bring them into the world. You didn't have to apologize to them because they didn't deserve it. None of that. Okay, Mr. Lynch, what's your recommendation? The state is asking for 180 days.
Judge, I would ask that you either sentence her to 12 months to serve 90 days with the balance suspended. That's what I would ask for, Judge.
And based on what?
Well, the amount of time that she's done, I would, based on her statements and my understanding, she has at this point started to take steps to get herself into a better situation. Judge, she's only 27 years old. A lot, still young, still time to change, Judge. Still enough time to allow her to become the mother that these children need, or at least to become a greater source of support for.
Every one of her offenses is violent.
And I understand that, Judge, but as she indicated, she has sought counseling, she has completed courses, she has looked into therapy, as she mentioned, Judge. She has, I'm not attempting to present her length of incarceration as a positive, but I would just note that, that amount of time certainly has given her time to start taking these steps, Judge. And if your honor was more inclined to sentence her to a sentence that would include probationary supervision.
No. I'm not burdening any probation officer with Miss no. No. Ms. Roberts is not a probation candidate. She is not. She's messed up on probation. This is the classic where they tell you in the Ayala factors, if you give somebody a bond, you don't want somebody who's going to go out and commit another offense, particularly a felony. My understanding is she was on probation and went out and committed, or at least was charged with another felony. So no, Mr. Lynch, no. Ms. Roberts, at some point there comes a reckoning. At some point, you hit the wall of responsibility. And this is that point. So I'm going to accept your plea of guilty. I'll sentence you on count 1 to 12 months to serve 180 days. The balance will be suspended as long as you have no new violations of the laws of the state of Georgia. Count 2 will merge. Ms. Roberts, take this opportunity to stop doing what you're doing, to take advantage of whatever programs they have, whatever therapy they have in the felony, but just stop. Just, if nothing else, don't have any more children for your mother and mother-in-law to raise. If they wanted more children, they could adopt some. Gotcha. All right.
Thank you, Your Honor.
Sheriff's Office. All right, who's next?
And Your Honor, I just have a brief request. Mr. Tipton has, I think I may have 2 more cases or maybe 1 case on the calendar. I was wondering if he can handle that case and I can be excused. He has all the other cases.
Williams is the only one of yours that we haven't talked about. So if you give him that file, I'm fine with it.
Yes, Your Honor, he has my files.
All right. See you later.
Thank you.
And Your Honor, I'm going to step down to the courtroom with the remainder in the hopes that we can wrap this up within the next 30 minutes or so.
All right. Thank you, Mr. Tipton.
Thank you.
Judge, I do have one announcement.
Yes. Yes.
Ronaldo Gilmore did wish to enter a not guilty plea.
All right. So Mr. Gilmore, one second. So Mr. Gilmore, you understand what you're charged with. You probably have some bond conditions. Please make sure you adhere to your bond conditions. If you don't know what those are, you can come down to 9151 Carroll Boulevard, the Justice System in Jonesboro, Georgia. Go to the first floor in the state court clerk's office. They will give you a copy of your bond conditions so that you will know what your bond conditions are, and that way you won't mess up on your bond conditions. Okay?
Okay. You say I got to come down and come see?
I'm sorry?
You say I have to go down there and see what my bond conditions are?
Yeah, you can contact the state court clerk's office, and that's on the first floor of the building. Or you can Google it. They may be able to get those to you without you having to come down. Maybe they can email them or something. But you'll Google the Clayton County state court clerk.
Yeah, state court clerk. Okay, I'm putting it down out of my notes.
Yeah, and so make sure you get a copy of your bond conditions. So, because if you were to violate your bond conditions, you could have a revocation of bond, you could be rearrested, you could remain in jail until your case is resolved, and you could be charged with additional misdemeanors or felonies. So when you get the bond conditions, read them carefully. If you don't understand something, ask Mr. Lynch or Mr. Taylor, okay?
Okay, so that's all I had to do today is a plea of guilty or not guilty?
Yeah, you acting like we wasted your time, but Mr. Gilmore, let me explain. This is the opportunity for your attorney to talk with the state and negotiate your case and to prepare you for either a plea or trial. So no, that's what you had to do, but it took some time to get to this point. It's a process. And think about it. You were at home or wherever you are on video at your convenience, whereas everybody else is working in and out of the courtroom, pulling people up from the jail. So you were able to relax in the environments that you're comfortable in.
No, yes, man, I understand. I just got fired out of orientation. What about my background? They're gonna show up the bench warrant. I'm not taking accountability on this time.
Listen, at this time, we entered a not guilty plea. We can have further conversations. The role of judge, she's a great judge, but her role is not to give you legal advice. So we can speak about these things.
That right there.
Yes, ma'am. I'm about to ask about the bench warrant. Is it uplifted?
Mr. Gilmore, you have asked me about that bench warrant 6 times, and I told you as soon as I get it, I will sign it.
Okay. It's okay.
All right.
Dismissed, I guess. Do I get another court date?
Mr. Lynch, talk to Mr. Gilmore.
Mr. Gilmore, I'm going to give you a call and we can talk through when your next court date is going to be. Okay.
Okay, appreciate it.
Your Honor, we're ready to proceed with Ms. Williams.
Ms. Williams, raise your right hand for me. You solemnly swear or affirm any testimony you give in this matter will be true.
Yes, ma'am.
All right, Ms. Williams, Renee Lynette Williams, you're before the court on 2025 CR 04727 for count 1 battery, count 2 simple battery, count 3 theft by shoplifting, count 4 false name, address, or date of birth, count 5 false name, address, or date of birth. You can put your hand down, ma'am. You're represented by Attorney Taz Taylor. Mr. Taylor, what is your client plead to the offenses before the court?
Your Honor, my client pleads guilty to the count of battery. Count 2 battery simple should merge. She pleads guilty to theft by shoplifting. She pleads nolo to false name and address, and pleads nolo to false date of birth.
All right. By entering a plea of guilty to counts 1 and 3 and nolo to 4 and 5, you give up the right to have a trial by jury or judge. You give up the right to have the state prove your guilt beyond a reasonable doubt. You give up the right to have the presumption of innocence in your favor. You give up the right to confront witnesses, subpoena witnesses, present testimony and evidence on your behalf, to not incriminate yourself or present any testimony or evidence against yourself. And if you're not a United States citizen, a plea of guilty or no contest could negatively impact your immigration status. Do you understand all of these things?
Yes, ma'am.
All right, factual basis recommendation, please.
Yes, Your Honor. Will this be a negotiated plea, Mr. Taylor, or non-negotiated?
It is negotiated. We're accepting the state's offer.
Okay, thank you. Your Honor, on April 28th of 2025, officers with the Clayton County Police Department responded to 7675 Terra Boulevard. There they made contact with a witness named Albert, A-L-B-E-R-T, Solano, S-O-L-A-N-O, who stated that on several occasions, the suspect was shoplifting in the store. He did witness the suspect steal $70 worth of shrimp and quail. Further, Your Honor, it was determined that the suspect did cause visible bodily harm to the victim in this case, Justin, J-U-S-T-I-N, Solano, S-O-L-A-N-O. This visible harm was caused to his arm. Your Honor, the state's recommendation for count 1 is 12 months, serve 60 days, balance suspended, do not return to the incident location. That is the El Progreso located at 7675 Terra Boulevard in Jonesboro. And no contact with the victim, Mr. Justin, common spelling, Solano. Count 2 merges. Count 3 will be concurrent time with count 1. Once again, no contact with the victim, who would be the owner of the store, Mr. Solano. Count 4 would be concurrent time with counts 1 and 3. Count 5 will be concurrent time with counts 1, 3, and 4. Nothing further from the state, Your Honor.
All right, Mr. Lynch. I'm sorry, Mr. Taylor.
Nothing further from the defense, Your Honor. We just ask that you accept the recommended sentence.
Is this like a grocery store or commissary?
It is, Your Honor. It's
Okay.
El Progreso store.
All right, Ms. Williams, what's going on?
Your Honor, to be honest, I don't even have an excuse. Because I didn't have to be in there to do it. So I'm not gonna make no excuses.
Are you on drugs? Are you drinking? What's the problem?
Yes, ma'am, I was drinking. I was drinking that day, but no, I've been clear from drugs for a while. But I was drinking, so that's why I say no excuses.
Okay, let me tell you something. How old are you?
I'm 40.
You're too old for this. And I say that because you know the problems that you have, and you know that there are other ways to deal with it. You know you have a drinking problem. because if you didn't have a drinking problem, you wouldn't have done this and you wouldn't be here in jail. Go to AA. Go to meetings. Go to meetings to the point where you get a sponsor. Go to meetings to the point where you become a sponsor. Go to meetings. You understand? Because it's not about what the court is telling you to do. It's not about whether you satisfy some court sentence. It's about whether you want to be 41, 42, 45, and still in this cycle. Do you want to be here?
No, ma'am.
Okay, so go someplace where people understand what is going on with you because they are also going through a similar situation. Go somewhere where people are going to be kind to your situation and understanding of your situation because they are going through the same thing. Go somewhere where when you get to that point where you know you're about to do something very, very dumb, then you can call somebody and say, I'm about to do something dumb. I feel like I'm about to drink again. And when I drink, I do crazy stuff. I don't need to drink. Can you talk me through this? Yeah, let's meet for coffee. There's support out there, but you got to be willing to seek it. Because you do not want to be in this situation in the next year, 2 years, 5 years. You don't want to keep coming through this cycle. Do you have kids?
Yeah.
How old are your children?
I have a 23, a 19 that's in college. I have a 17 that have 2 scholarships, and I have a 14-year-old of which just turned 15. And I come from a good family, and my family is very disappointed.
So you have a family that's supporting your kids. You have kids who are doing their level best to get up and out. They're not sitting around. They're doing stuff. They're college, their scholarships. This is the part where you should be talking about what your child is going to do for prom, what your child is going to do for summer job or summer vacation. What schools are you going to start looking at? This is where you should be really, really, really involved. But you can't do that from here. Promise me you're going to go to AA. If you have never been before, you know they have meetings all the time. They have meetings online now. They have meetings in person. They have meetings at the crack of dawn. They have meetings late in the midnight hour. You need to go because your kids deserve to have a mom. Your kids deserve to have that mom who's there, who's coloring the popcorn balls and putting up the streamers and saying, okay, we're getting you ready for, they've got these things called prom reveals now, where they reveal the outfits and stuff for prom. You need to be that parent. Your kids deserve that. Okay? So, and also, when people are drinking and get into a situation like this, and you know you shouldn't have done this, you know this is not what you were supposed to do, that means there's some underlying trauma or bereavement that you're dealing with but not dealing with. Is what I'm saying sounding right? Okay. In order to be the best self that you can be, you're gonna have to deal with that. And that means going to counseling. You got me? It's going to be finding a therapist, finding a bereavement group if somebody has died and you haven't dealt with that, finding somebody to deal with trauma if that's the basis of it. But you've got to get back on track. Okay, you don't want to be here. And I promise you, if you commit another misdemeanor, you're coming right back to me and I won't forget. I won't forget this conversation. So it's probably better if you just go ahead and do what you know you need to do. Not to mention, you got kids that need you. You got kids who you don't even have to worry about. They're like they're self-motivated. They're out there trying to be great.
Yes.
Your job is to keep pushing them and supporting them to be great. And to let them know you're proud of them every single day. But you can't do that from here. Okay? All right. So I'm going to accept your plea of guilty to counts 1 and 3, no load to counts 4 and 5. I'll sentence you concurrent on all 4 charges to 12 months to serve 60 days. Balance will be suspended as long as you do not go back to El Progreso at 7675 Taylor Boulevard in Clayton County, and as long as you have no contact with Albert Solano and Justin Solano. And count 5 will run concurrent with counts 4, 3, and 1. Count 4 will run concurrent with counts 3 and 1, and count 3 will run concurrent with count 1. Do you understand? All right, Miss Williams, get yourself together because your kids deserve that. But even more than that, you deserve that. You deserve to go in your 40s. You deserve to go into your 40s in a good space. You do? Get yourself together, okay? All right. Thank you.
Thank you, Your Honor.
All right, what's next? All right, so are we continuing Collier? Because I feel like we need to just get some information about his current diagnosis and evaluation and maybe do the medical order. So we'll continue Collier for a week, 2 weeks. What are we doing?
Let's continue that matter for 2 weeks, Your Honor, and I'll double check with, I know Mr. Justin Moore is also participating
Yeah.
with Collier's case.
And so let me know what we need. If I need to do a medical order, just give me the specifics, draft the order for me, and I'll sign it. If we need to adopt the evaluation that he already has, we'll do that too. But we just want to make sure that since they've already prepared and gathered the information, let's go ahead and use what we have instead of putting him on that cycle of waiting. Okay.
Yes, Your Honor.
All right. And the last 2 cases, Roberson, I think we were holding for the state's report on that, and I hadn't heard that from Miss Ponder, and Myers, Myers has 2 cases.
Mr. Myers, he was taken out at our previous arraignment to go to Judge Mason's courtroom for an arraignment there.
Right. And we were trying to determine whether that felony stuff would be cleared up so that he could deal with this.
He gave me no indication that it was cleared up or that he had an understanding of how they were proceeding further. At this time, I would like to stand on his not guilty plea from the original calendar and just have him put on a trial calendar, and we'll address any felony matters that may be pending at that time.
All right, so Mr. Myers has 2 cases, not guilty. On both cases, he's free to go back. And Roberson.
Your Honor, at this time, the state's going to ask for a bench warrant bond forfeiture on Roberson.
Okay. All right, bench warrant bond forfeiture for Roberson.
Thank you, Your Honor.
Okay, anything else pending at this time?
Your Honor, I didn't get a chance to read my emails yet, but Deputy Whitson informed me that there was an issue with the order I submitted to you.
Yeah.
What's going on with that?
Y'all have the wrong victim. It's like you cut and paste, but didn't cut and paste the right stuff.
Oh, my apologies. I'll get that done right away, Your Honor. Thank you.
Yeah, because Deputy Whitson needs that. I don't want him getting in trouble.
Understood.
I like Deputy Whitson. I'm gonna keep him.
I got you, Your Honor. I just want to make sure that I can get it done ASAP. I just have, been in court all day, so I've got 1,001 emails that are probably piled up.
I got you. Also, let's try and get a bench warrant set aside for Mr. Gilmore if we haven't already done that, because if he didn't keep bringing that up. So that's very, very important. We've talked about that being very, very important. Let's go ahead and get that done.
Yes, Your Honor. I'll get that done. You'll have both of those documents within the next 15 minutes.
All righty. All right, I was trying to tell Ms. Tolles. Ms. Tolles, if you're on, we're good. We've cleared the calendar and they did not need assistance. So thank you for that. Anybody who is talking to Ms. Tolles, tell her we did okay. We didn't need her. All right, so ladies and gentlemen, I'm out.